Good. Alright, so when last we left off, you had been successful in taking out the pirate encampment on the island of Northfall.
Yay.
But not without sacrifice. In the battle, Bardur Ironbeard, one of the only two remaining of the initial members of the group, had fallen to partially his own hubris and partially some mistakes of the party. His greatest enemy, attack of opportunity, or area of effect spells, his greatest weakness. But after the battle, you found that what was locked in the cage was an adult bronze dragon. While some of the party members fucked off, ruining some lore opportunities, the dragon bequeathed you a boon and assistance.
What? Who? What? Lore opportunities.
They were lore opportunities. He bequeathed you his assistance if you ever decide to go after the main envoy of pirates, and also a boon. He decided the boon was to find a way to bring back Bardur, which, without hesitation, he took the dead, lifeless body somewhere in the east. Somewhere in the east.
Somewhere in the something direction.
The West.
Somewhere in the east. From there, you all decided to go down to the docks, where you found two very loosely defended pirate ships. Very easily took out the single guard per ship, and had just made your way.
Captive.
You have one captive who is currently in a quote-unquote brig. It's more like a box with bars.
Locked in a box by a cockney weirdo. Anyway.
Yeah, Ash is a cockney weirdo.
She's not. That's whatever accent that is that's happening with her, it's not cockney.
It's cockney-esque.
You'll
So you
accept it
found
soon.
yourself back aboard Hell's Fury. And you may do what you please. I know a couple of party members had already decided to go back to the encampment. I think it was Arthur and the Burb.
That's the
I
encampment.
am also
Back to the pirate encampment.
I thought that we had sailed off already.
No,
No, not
you're
yet.
not taking off yet.
Oh, okay.
We're anchored there for right now because
Okay.
we are transferring all of the supplies from the two ships that we need.
Sin had initially ordered to fire upon the two ships that were moored there, but shortly afterwards did stop it when she realized that she could do something better with them, and just in case another ship showed up. She
Okay.
wanted to seem like there were still ships moored.
Okay. A
Because
little.
currently your guys' ships still look like one of the name I can't remember.
Slur.
One of the Slar ships. I'm not giving a name of their parent group yet. One of the Slar ships.
Meldissa is passed out and can remain passed out for as long as it's convenient to us. And Ash is asleep, so I'm gonna mark that on my list. Actually, I'll do that.
I am heading back up with Ario, and I am going to try and bring the ballista back because that was fun.
Right, that was the thing. Ario did say he wanted to do that. Okay.
So we head back up there, and is there any supplies up at the encampment that would be useful to take back?
More than likely.
Should I look around?
More than likely.
Crit succeed.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Alright.
First roll of the night.
First roll of the night. Nat 20, baby. Alright, yeah. All over you find barrels of ale. You find barrels full of dried goods. You find fine textures, especially in the larger tent that was up on top. You find nice silk textures, fine furs, one of which you had already grabbed for yourself.
It is
As a
lining
cape.
my hammock.
Yeah, as a cape, and now is lining your hammock. But there's fine furs, textiles, dried goods. There's some fresh fruit. It seems like they were picked from some of the trees around the area. They're sitting on one of the desks.
Is this more tropical trees?
Subtropical.
Subtropical trees? Okay. Because I know the previous island we were on was very...
Yeah, but that was a special case.
yes.
That was a very special case, but this is
This
subtropical
very-
island.
Okay. Cool beans. So yeah, I start, getting things in order, and then figuring out how to get that ballista onto the ship.
Okay. For that, I want you to roll me. You and Ario, unless somebody's helping another one, roll me a strength.
So I can strength.
Strength?
I actually have his character sheet.
Well, it's also on D&D Beyond now.
Well, I don't have it
No, okay. No, no.
because you're the one that's in charge of the group that he belongs to.
You can look at his character. It's just currently unassigned. If you just go to the campaign, it's right there. Or it should be. Because you should also be able to say Duco too, because he's not hidden. No, you just go to your campaigns. Campaign.
Their interface is a little confusing.
A little bit. It was a lot easier, but they're still working on it.
I had
Yeah.
a dream that I
Yeah.
started singing the D&D
That's
Beyond
only-
song
you
in
don't want to
class.
It's the only one I have.
I don't even know the D&D Beyond song.
D&D Beyond.
It's okay. Take it back. God, if you
Columbus
bother
Day
to say,
happens.
hey, I'm not in the campaign either. Can you send me the link real quick? That would have been a thing I would have done.
Figured you just needed the important characters.
I needed all of the characters. You're a character in the campaign, Alec. There. There. Now you should look at Ario. And everybody, for that fact.
Do what now?
Your mama. Intermission, 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 intermission.
I'll do because I think he has a better strength.
Strength
just
is 18.
Yeah, he has a better strength than me, so I'll just assist.
He has a better
Oh,
strength
yeah.
than the tiny bird ranger, really?
I have a 14 in strength. So
I have an 8. So there.
Aw, small ash.
Do what now?
She has an 8 strength. Small. You are as strong as Bardur is dexterous.
I got a 10.
I have 14 dex, I think. No, that I have a 13.
You are as strong as Bard is dexterous.
Yes, no, I know. I got that. I think you.
No, Bard is
I
more.
think you mean wise.
Until you start.
Until what?
Until you start reading.
Oh.
I don't like that,
that's
Oh.
nat 20.
That's a nat 20.
dude.
You two
I'm
have.
wasting them all.
Ario-
That's 20 for looting.
Ario fucking like looks around. He walks around this thing for a little bit, looks at the heavy points, looks at the big points, walks over to the front of the ballista, and just gets the whole heavy section lifted up, giving you the little tiny bit at the end, the back brace and the shooty bit, where all the mechanisms are. But he has the whole heavy shield just lift off the ground now.
We
No
have a
problem.
cart, one of those carts pulled up towards it so that we
Oh, do you? Did you do that?
We did now. We carried it over there because we can.
Okay, so you bring over a cart, and Ario asks for your assistance to lift it into the cart,
Mhm.
which should not be hard because he has the difficult bit.
Yep.
Did you do the thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys get it lifted into the cart.
Mhm. And then start piling whatever else we can, some of the silks and some of the goods that can fit in the cart, and then start comfortably and then start taking that down, and we'll hail and try and see if we can't get a couple other people to get some more of that stuff that I pulled out.
Arthur, did you go with them?
With a different one.
No.
So you're wasting
No,
it
okay,
on
so you stayed on the
all
ship?
of your
I stayed on the
dice.
ship.
For
How long is
pointless.
a short rest?
1 hour.
1 hour? Okay, will that regenerate HP?
Mm-hmm.
If you roll for
You
it, yes.
can roll.
Yeah.
You can
Because
roll.
I'm still currently at 3.
Whatever your level is,
You can roll your hit dice. So
yeah,
you
hit
have,
dice.
Oh, you level 6?
Yes.
You have up to 66 that you can roll to regenerate.
66?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you can use all of them, but during your long rest, you only get 3 back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can use as many hit dice as you want during a short rest to get back HP.
But you might not have.
And at a long rest, you get back half of
those.
your spent hit dice.
Okay.
No,
Or half of your total
hit dice. So if you spend 2, you get 6. You get back up to your max 6. If you spend 4, you only have 5 hit dice after your.
Alec, you just made this really confusing.
And
So you have 6 d6 that you can use. Say you want to use 2 of them. When you take a long rest, you automatically get 3 expended hit die back. So those 2 that you used come back after a long rest. If
Okay.
you use 3 of them, you get all 3 back. If you use 4, you get 3 of those 4 back.
Okay.
Wait, so are we not done for the day? Because I thought I was going to take a long rest, but I'll take a short rest if that's.
I mean, currently they're not done.
Okay.
I was going to take a
I mean,
short rest.
it's 11 o'clock, and we're
In game.
yeah.
No, yes, I know. I have a clock right.
I know, but I said that to the other thing.
It's like 11 o'clock, so we're kind of trying to get everything ready so that we can dip out at a moment's notice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a short rest and try and regenerate back some HP.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, me
So you
too.
pick how many dice you want to roll ahead of time, and you go ahead and roll those.
Alright. I'm rolling 3.
Okay. So you get those back plus your Constitution modifier, if you have one.
Per dice, right?
I think it's per dice.
I'm pretty sure it is per dice.
I don't remember that rule. D&D Beyond.
I think I had 2 hit dice left, so I'm gonna roll those now. And that's cool. That's got me back to max, so that's good.
Huzzah!
Cool. And I'm out of hit dice for the day. But that's okay since it's the end of the day.
Happens.
Yeah.
How's that going for you, champ?
What did I get all of it?
So-
You got me mounted.
Yes, for each die spent this way, the player rolls the die and adds the character's Constitution modifier to it.
Per each dice?
For each dice.
Okay, because
Oh,
mine
okay.
says wizard hit dice 1d6 plus 1, total of 5.
So if you rolled 3 of them, you get back 3d6 plus 3 hit points.
Okay, then I didn't need to use
Okay.
that last hit die. I have 1 hit die left.
So, plus 1 each.
Oh, but you do roll each dice individually.
Yeah.
So, does that mean I have to
But I mean, you don't have to decide when you roll them.
Right.
You can roll one and then decide if you want to roll another one and then decide if you
Right,
want
that's
to
what
roll
I'm saying. So
another
that's why I have 1 left because my con plus my first roll would have gotten me to max. So.
would I need to re-roll the 3 that I rolled, or?
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead and re-roll just so you get this in your head. Just roll one at a time, decide if you want to roll another
I
one.
have lollipop if you want. It's on one of those.
First one's a
I bought
7.
more on Halloween.
Why on Halloween? Why not today?
There's kids in my building, and I want to have something
I'm gonna
just in
roll
case someone came by.
3 on the
No one
first
came
one
by, I
I
didn't
rolled
really
was a
expect it,
6,
but.
plus 1, that's 7. That's a 5. That's a 6. So 6, 7, and 5, 6, 7. 11, 18.
One. You should get one. I want one.
And if you wear it like without the rest of it and with normal pants, you could just be the shirt.
Mhm.
It's cool.
Okay.
That's my favorite. I love just like superhero shirts that you could make a tiny costume out of, maybe, but
Well, that's literally all they are. They wear that shirt with like black Dickies or sometimes even jeans, if you remember Blink-182.
My battery's low.
Okay. 5, 6, 7. So I would.
If you need it, you can jack that one for it. The one's plugged into the.
I don't
Laptop.
think
So I would add 18.
I don't have my charger. I don't think it's
To my health
What is it?
Kindle
or
5.
hit point.
Yeah,
Or,
so-
Whatever you
Oh,
roll
micro.
plus your constitution modifier for each, so plus
Yeah.
3.
Yeah,
because
because
it was 5, 6, and 7.
it's
it'd
not
be
the same as
18.
my phone. I don't think it's a universal.
That's micro.
Okay.
You go.
What's USB-C? I
Yay!
don't think it is. No.
15. You rolled a 5, 6, and a 7.
Right. 5 and 6 is 11.
Oh, wait, no, I was. Okay, yeah, no, I was fucking up, yes.
Math.
Math, we don't have Jeremy here.
Damn it.
Damn.
What's his what? I can't talk either. Wow. The do you remember the? Have you seen the what it's like trying to pay a tip when you're gay and can't do math?
No.
That's my. It's a really funny YouTube video, and D&D.
I almost have all my hit points back.
I
Almost.
just-
The guy who did. If you've seen the Wonders Life of Caleb Gallo. No. Okay. You know, it's a YouTube thing.
Okay.
He's a YouTuber.
So anyway, so all you're doing is just short resting for now?
Yeah.
What are you doing during your rest? You can do anything that's not strenuous, basically.
Yeah. Just relaxing, meditating.
In a box.
You meditate a lot for a wizard. Sure, you're not a monk.
And what are you doing during your short?
I mean, I said I was napping, or I said I was sleeping. So
You can also take a power nap, that's a
yeah, I think I'm just napping.
thing. Okay.
I'm kind of burned out, like a lot.
Yeah, that was probably the most strenuous thing Ashley's ever done.
My bird does not have to sleep when I sleep and can keep watch for me, so I'm actually gonna just have him like kind of like up on the deck, like just like I'm not paying attention, but in case anything goes down, he'll come get me. Yeah.
So the rest of you guys are slowly but surely bringing shit back. You do manage to, get onto the boat with a giant fucking ballista that almost threatens to sink the boat. I actually do want you guys to roll me in, athletics. Either
Individually
or
or-
with assistance. It doesn't matter.
Athletics.
Yep. Oh, look, Tony's in here.
I'll assist Ario.
Do you need
12.
your Mr. Darth Terrace level 1 no race, no class character in here for any reason?
No.
Elite. Okay, so you got 12?
Yeah.
You're having to go real slow going for this. Just for the fact that the ballista is fucking heavy and you're in a rowboat, but also any wrong movement and it starts to kind of tip a little bit. So you're having to be really slow about this. But it
That's
takes
fine.
you quite a while to get back to the ship, going against the waves and the current. Surprisingly long time. But you do eventually get it back onto the ship. And John's just kind of looking there very incredulously, like with a cocked eyebrow. As a rowboat with a ballista comes up to the ship.
I want to hear you try to explain yourself with your verbal
cackleness.
repertoire.
At this point, I feel like Cinder's just gonna be like, fine.
You're
Maybe.
gonna find out.
We will.
But little John grabs a big rope and he kind of just throws it over to the side.
Tie it off to help assist it up.
I'll say that John lifts with the rope as Ariel slowly climbs up, holding another side of it,
Mm-hmm.
just to help it kind of get it up.
Mm-hmm.
And you do manage to get it onto the ship. No problem. It is now on the ship.
Yep. And then I make sure that we get as many javelins as fucking possible. All of them.
Well, you have to go back for that.
Yeah.
You don't have too many on your ship.
What were we able to carry on the
Oh,
cart?
that one ship, you were pretty much just able to. That one, you were pretty much just able to get the ballista.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So we kind of row back, finished hauling off the rest of the cart, which of course we were trying to get. Just pretty much everything we found that we were able to pile on top of the ballista. manageably.
Roll to see if you can find me some javelins.
15?
15? Yeah, you do find there's like a bundle of javelins in a small barrel, almost like umbrellas in an umbrella stand.
Oh, no, yeah.
So there's just like a small barrel of 5 or 6.
Alright.
It's 6, yeah. They fired quite a few at you guys.
You're not wrong. I go run out
Successfully,
and try. Well, we broke those. Didn't we?
Yeah, I
for the
did.
most part. Yeah.
Anything that hit a person, I probably destroyed in my attempt to extract it.
And then all the other ones are probably on fire right now. Because they were in the bodies of the ones that I actually hit.
Yes. And then there was another pile on top of the watchtower that
That
burned
is on
down.
fire right now.
No, it burned down. It's
gone?
it's now smoldering. Like there's still a fire there, but it's now like smoldering mostly than anything.
Alright.
Because it's interesting enough, flesh doesn't burn too well, and you mostly threw a bunch of flesh on it. All the dead bodies you guys
fun.
threw onto the fire.
Fun fact
Oh snaps! Is this really a fun fact?
about flesh burning?
It's Halloween. Go for it.
Okay, so I learned this on my medical history podcast. You know, like spontaneous human combustion.
Nerd.
That thing that may or may not exist.
It doesn't. You know what it really is? Probably.
I've heard a lot of probablys over the years.
Probably is, and the reason it doesn't usually affect the limbs, mostly just the torso, is because the limbs are mostly muscle and bone. The torso has a lot of fat, even on like small people. And so what happens basically is that the fire, especially if you're wearing clothes, the fire can burn long enough, just fueled by clothes, to burn enough of a hole in the outer flesh to get at the lipid layer underneath, and then the entire fat layer just goes up.
Really?
Because it burns really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it leaks also. Like the fat melts and leaks out too.
Huh. So that is the prevailing theory currently?
That is the theory that I have heard from Dr. Sydney McElroy, whose opinion on these things and research abilities I trust.
Okay.
I listen to a medical podcast that I really enjoy, a medical history podcast.
Nerd.
I know, I'm such a nerd.
Hey, Ninja Brian listens to a linguistics podcast.
I
not
listen to
wrong.
a linguistics podcast. Which one?
I don't know, you should look it up.
It's probably the one. I think there's only one that's popular.
Danny has mentioned it more than once. About Ninja Brian's
Who's
nerdy
Ninja
linguistics
Brian?
podcast. Okay, so in Ninja Sex Party, there are 2 characters, Dan Avidan and Ninja Brian. Ninja Brian, aka Dr. Brian Wecht, is a theoretical physicist with multiple PhDs who has been published multiple times and given awards for his research in the field.
I love it.
Decided to say, fuck all y'all, I'm gonna go wear a ninja mask and be on stage.
I love it.
The last thing he actually did, I believe, I forget what it was, but this was during when Ninja Sex Party was really starting to get big. There was something that like people were having a really hard time wrapping their head around, and they couldn't figure out what was the cause of this thing. And so Ninja Brian wrote a whole thesis paper and submitted it, and they were like, "Holy shit! Yeah, that's it. That's that." So they published it in some of the largest journals in science. In science.
Welcome to science.
And
These are our
some of the
journals.
some of the largest physicist journals
I love
for
it.
his work in theoretical physics.
Love it.
And now he dresses as a ninja and writes songs about poop and dicks.
Well, didn't
There's not a lot about poop. Mainly just sex.
Mainly just dicks, yeah.
what was it Brian May who's has a PhD in physics? Some big like guitar, whatever. Anyway,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name.
yeah.
It was the guitars for Queen, wasn't it? He
That's
had
Brian
a
May.
Brian May. I think
Yeah.
it's Brian May, but I might be wrong. Yeah. Anyway.
D&D, guys.
D&D.
Anyway.
So, you managed to get 6 javelins. And they do seem like they're kind of special javelins. They've got a notch cut in the back of them, but for the most part, they're pretty standard javelins.
Okay. So I could probably, like, fashion something
Pretty
if I
easily.
find other
as
ones.
as a ranger who makes arrows, very easily. Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm able to find other ones, I can try that.
Yes.
Can I try and collect the ones that we broke? See maybe if I could fix them.
Roll me an investigation.
I think that's another 15. Investigation 15.
The only one you find that is salvageable is one that was shot into a tree
Okay.
on the northwest side of the camp.
Yeah. I try and hit
It's-
it out.
Yeah, you'd have to make me a strength check.
Ooh. 7.
It's in there pretty good.
All right.
Your little Claude feetsies are having a real hard time. You like put your little feet up on the tree. It's just not budging.
Yeah, that's a bird noise.
Oh
It's
well.
a humanoid bird noise. Still a humanoid.
I've heard other people struggle to try and pull things out of trees. I know what it sounds like.
Just be glad little innocent mimic here isn't going whenever somebody's exerting themselves.
Oh my god.
He was around a lot of human adventurers.
And now he lives with pirates.
Now he lives with pirates. And his entire life is mimicking sounds he's heard.
Yeah. Ugh.
I head back. We got all the important stuff from the camp, right?
Yeah, and you're free to take some of the dried or some of the fresh fruits too, absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
You're able to fit a number of the barrels into a single cart, no problem.
Yeah. Take what we can, and head back, and I'm going to go to Sins. I'm gonna go to Sins, and is the door open or?
She never keeps it open. No, she never keeps it open.
Yeah, I knock on the door.
Come in.
I open, walk in. Burn it down?
What exactly are you referring to?
I point towards the island, the camp. Camp!
Not until we actually leave. Your flying lizard friend, is he planning on coming back?
No one who talked to him is there.
I know, right?
Wait, who was helping Lodissa and Half Pint get him unchained? Was it you or
It was Arya.
it was Arya?
Arya.
Okay.
He'll come back when needed.
Well, that's not ominous at all. We'll burn it down when we're ready to go. For now, let's leave things looking normal.
Not Bardor. Not a good Bardor.
But then enunciate the consonants a bit more. Rubles, bubbles, but enunciate consonants.
Aye.
Better. Much better.
And I walk out and and
Before,
or
actually,
before
we
I
go-
leave, like ship out when?
I say we wait here for the night. I kind of want an idea of what we're going up against. See if there's regular patrols. See how often they come here. I don't know if they were keeping the flying lizard here long term, or if somebody's coming to get him. So I want to see if we could really get an idea of what's what I'm looking for here. Wow, it was literally on the tip of my tongue and then I forgot it.
Patterns?
No, how... I want to get an
Status
idea of how efficient they are.
quo?
So if we need to, we can bust out of your quick status. We can pretend to be one of the stars, no problem.
I walk out and it's a nice night. I'm gonna head up to my upper hammock.
Okay.
I'm asleep. Fuck.
Dude,
It's
it's
been
been
about
a
an
couple
hour.
hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's been about an hour
I'm
since they started back and forth.
Like, yeah,
I'm
it's
back.
been.
I'm back on deck then, and I'm gonna kind of come up and just sort of look up at the fake flag that y'all are flying, and then look at the ships, and then look at the flag, and then say to whoever, well, to you or Sin, whoever's nearest me, probably. Are you on deck?
That one.
Yeah, I'm walking. I'm like climbing up the ladder. Like,
Should we get another flag from those ships that we haven't burnt down yet?
None of them are down. They're still in prime condition.
Yeah. Right?
I start just heading over there and grabbing another flag. I grab both of them. Like, or do they have different ones or?
No, they're both flying the same flag.
Or I grab that one.
Okay. It is a flag that you have never seen before. It is a skull with a spear dividing down the center of it.
That's not creepy at all.
This is fine. This is fine.
This is fine. He remade that comic. Anyway.
I come back and I bring it back up and then I literally like open up the door to the captain's quarters, show the captain, and then pull it out and take it up. And I don't fly it, but I put it on, just like knock on the door, like, got it!
It was
Was
my idea.
Did you take both of them?
No.
Okay, good. I don't want to see my two random ships and then us.
I didn't.
Don't fly that one. I'm willing to assume they know their own damn ships.
I mean, it's a huge armada.
Would you know how large the Armada is?
That's what we've been told by Duco.
You were told that he's an admiral.
He had enough people to conquer the entire area, right? So I assume that's a
Okay.
large armada. That's the assumption I've been working on. Under.
Because you're around us.
Yeah, man, you guys are bad influences.
Because fly by night, catch Mountain Dew! Mountain Dew for you! Old D&D joke. Really old
That
one.
really? That's a D&D joke? I've never
It's
heard
from
that.
what is it? The Dead Ale Wives Club presents Dungeons and Dragons. This is from the old internet.
The old days of the internet.
If you've ever heard the term, the Funyuns are stuck in the machine! It's from that.
Nope.
If you've ever heard I swing the sword! It's not magical. That is from Dead Ale Wives Club.
Alright, I'm going to send you, because I forgot to do it before.
But he told me the sword was magical! He
I-
lied! He said he never tells a lie! He was lying when he told you that!
Oh my god. The latest episode of the Adventure Zone. So one of the characters of the Adventure Zone, his like big running gag is that he tests Zone of Truth at inopportune times. Like
I've heard that before, yeah.
Right, because he's played by an old man who never bothered to actually learn the rules of D&D. So they'll be like in the middle of a boss battle, and he'll just be like, "I cast Zone of Truth." And somehow his DM decided to design an encounter with a, I always tell a lie, my brother who always tells the truth riddle, forgetting that one of their characters does nothing but cast Zone of Truth.
Nice! I dig it.
It was great. Anyway.
Good use of the truth.
A lot of side story tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the Halloween episode!
Nobody,
Fuck it!
Not to
I'm
mention nobody watches this.
I know, right? Occasionally we'll get some views here and there. But yeah.
Hi.
So what are the rest of y'all doing now that Sin has shown her how she feels about the things? What are you doing with it?
I'm taking it up and packing it away up in the crow's nest so
Okay.
that we can potentially fly it if need be.
Okay.
And Kim, I'm sending you a list to the Unearthed Arcana because I forgot to do it before.
Ah, yes.
A link, not a list. Cool. Alright.
Me. So what are you doing after
Yeah.
following Bird? This level 6 you want me to take a gator at?
Yeah, level 6, it seems really broken. It seems like the part that's really badly balanced. I think I'm just sort of, sitting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that is broken.
I'm gonna go, up to,
The bird and her merge into just a bird. They are small. They get advantage on pretty much every single action
they're
they
practically
have.
untouchable. It's basically an ability to become untouchable. It's a lot.
You become tiny. You replace your speed with the ravens. You can use your action to dash, disengage, dodge, help, hide, and search. You gain the benefits of your raven, or as if your raven were on your action, and as if your raven were on your shoulder. As an action, you can raven return to normal. So it's kind of
This
an
is
oh
at
shit.
will?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Yes. As a
So-
bonus
Like
action.
once per day?
As a bonus action.
Just as a bonus action whenever.
At will.
As a bonus action, whatevs. And I mean,
Yeah.
mind you, the raven
Yeah.
can't do anything other than look around, basically.
But it's also, when it's on your shoulder, it's untouchables, which makes that even more broken.
At this time, you gain the benefits of your raven being perched on your shoulder.
So, untouchable.
I would assume.
I wouldn't.
I think it's just. I think it's
just like.
No, I think what it
I'm
is
saying all of
it's.
this is.
She gains dark vision of 30 feet.
Well, I
Bonus to
don't
your
know.
passive perception
Yeah.
and wisdom.
The ability to fly, essentially.
Can't be targeted by any attack or any other harmful effect. It can't take damage, and it is incapacitated. But that's not a benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that. That is
You
broken as
decide
shit.
what the hell I can do at level 6. Because, yeah. It seemed bad. It seemed like
Yeah.
a lot. And it's also really confusing. I don't.
Yeah, no, I'll take a gander at it.
Okay. In the meantime, I think I'm just going to go up to the bow and sort of sit with my feet dangling over the side and look around and breathe the sea air and yeah, that's it. I mean,
Slightly
there's
more
nothing
chilly night than it
really
has
going
been
on.
recently. A little bit of a cool breeze rushing
Oh,
through.
hey, I don't have
Still
my
very
cloak.
nice outside.
I don't have my cloak. I put my cloak on a dead body because someone took the dress off of it, and I thought that was bad.
Oh, yeah.
First round. Was
I
that
remember
you?
that, yeah.
Who took
No,
the
that wasn't me,
dress?
but I
I
remember
think it was
that.
Little Dissa.
I think Lilissa took the dress, and I was like, you can't just leave the naked corpse
It
here.
was, yeah, it was Little Dissa.
But by chilly, it's like 50 degrees.
No, yeah, it's out. The external temperature is probably like 65. It's just a slightly cool breeze.
I'm actually, that's, okay. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna chill. I'm good.
Yeah, because it's subtropic, so still fairly
Yeah.
warm here.
Yeah. And I'm from further north anyway, I think.
Ish.
Yeah, you're pretty far north where you're from. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's me. I'm kind of just looking around, keeping an eye out for anything approaching from the horizon, over the horizon. and not really doing much else. I got my board. You should probably not on my head, on my shoulder. I feel like you've been very heavy.
Not really. It's a bird.
Oh right.
It's still a bird. It's also a magic spirit
sitting on
bird.
my head. I have no interest in looting, so.
What do the rest of y'all do? Do nothing.
I'm no longer meditating. I am up on deck, just kind of watching out and about out at the ocean.
Okay. Still.
I finished putting the flag away. You know, we have our chest of random flags and stuff, and I pack it in there. And kind of. Am I up there by myself?
Yeah. After you came back on board, Ka decided to take a rest.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm kind of look around and.
It is about midnight right now.
I actually climb down and go over and sit next to you.
Hello. Falls into the water.
He's just
Split. Goodbye.
Oh, she's talking to me.
How are you?
How are you?
No, I asked, how are you?
Yeah.
How are you? No, how are you?
It's a Caliana Curie conversation all over again.
Look, who's on first?
Who's on second?
I am okay.
No, what's on second?
Oh, what's
I don't know.
Hello's on third.
I'm alright. It's been a lot. It's been a lot.
He's not always gone. He will be around.
But
Maybe not physically, but he's always here.
yeah, I suppose. Boundaries gone beyond the veil. The veil, I can't talk. Too Spanish. Bees and bees. Anyway.
Well, go kind of Celtic Spanish. That would be a very interesting accent I've never heard before.
I don't know. I can't do a Spanish accent in English. Well, not without sounding like.
And that's one of those ones that's really weird. Like, I, for the first time a few months ago, heard a French person speaking Japanese. That was a beautiful mixture of,
That's cool.
yeah, beautiful mixture of accents.
Anyway. How long have you known him? Had you known him?
Week, right?
It's been about 2 now.
2 weeks.
No, because you didn't meet him until you were in Dragon's Birth.
Yeah.
So you had like a week
it's
and a
been
half.
A week and a half.
It's been about a week.
I thought you only been traveling together for longer. He was kind. Ish. He was helpful. When it comes to my head. I was meant to say that out of character, but I didn't. So I'm now warning you. As my bird who's probably
Ben's gonna
about,
sit on your head now. Accept it.
who's probably about half of your size.
You can see Ash just like perched like a cat on top of Till's head, just.
Ew.
How's that? Ew. What?
You said you see Ash perched like a cat on top of Till's head?
Yeah.
I'm like,
How's that? Ew.
I said no.
Oh, I heard ew. I was like, what? Why?
No, because I'd squish him.
Is he on strength of 14?
Yeah, but that's not neck strength.
Could be. Could be swole on the neck. You don't know.
Human stands on your head. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Gwen sits on his head. I'm gonna try something. I just figured something out. You like heights, right?
Up in the trees are safe.
What about up in the sky? You wanna try? I pat him on the head and cast fly.
You kind of start.
And then I
lifting-
shove him off the side. Like a mama bird.
You experience a Peter Pan moment where you immediately start to fall and flailing and whatnot until your body just kind of stops. Starts kind of floating a little bit.
What?
I heard that old Peter Pan moment.
I cast fly on the kangaroo. Oh no, maybe don't pick off God.
Not an entire region that is currently known for pissing off gods and everything's going to hell because of it.
Let's see. I need to check this.
But I just like.
I want you to roll me a dexterity check real quick.
Okay. Just dexterity
Yeah.
or acrobatics?
Make it acrobatics. Yeah, go for it.
That's a nat 20! Wasting them all!
No, you're not wasting them all. You're making them good for story reasons. So it's after your initial kind of flailing and kind of floating a little bit, it doesn't take you very long to know exactly how to start moving, almost as if it's like a deep-rooted, generations-long,
memory.
deep-rooted, long instinct in you. You even start kind of flapping like you think you should be, and it's no problem for you to start soaring around.
Going go with you. You've got 10 minutes, and then you're going to fall, and I can't do anything about it.
I go over and tap on the window on the side. Oh, like, do we have, like...
Since cabin?
No. I really want to rub it in Kod's face now.
In the crew's quarters, there is no external windows.
Damn it.
Only in since cabin.
Translated from our end. God, get out of here!
Oh, right, I need dice. I haven't needed them yet.
Sometimes those are the greatest when the DM doesn't need dice.
I have not needed dice at all this whole time. Dick one. Yes, you hear the door of the crew's quarters.
I'm like out over the ocean, like. Ah!
Just gives you a thumbs up and then turns back and goes back to sleep.
Just translated from our end. I can do it now! Two! Woo!
What does God do?
You were too busy looking at your phone, so you didn't see.
Oh, I'm
And
sorry.
he walked out and he kind of made like a huff, but then he kind of like gave a thumbs up.
Oh, loving it. Just going around.
You then hear Sin's door. What the fuck?
Ash is just kind of sitting, like, kicking her legs on the rail, just watching.
Did you do that? Thanks.
Seems like it might be fun.
Hi, probably is. Don't get yourself hurt!
No promises!
I'm gonna go up into Gwen and fly with him.
Okay.
Not like, just the brain thing, because we didn't work
Yeah.
out the eye, the senses. Actually, I think I'll get down off the rail before I do that.
Oh, you're
before
on the
I
rail
go deaf
time?
and blind.
Okay. Yeah, probably a good idea. With a ship that's rocking back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
I'll just like sit down on the floor of the deck and go fly with him.
No, there are too many pages open on my phone and they're all
I
Well, I mean, you
How
can
is
sit
that
in your
useful
lap,
for
just don't
DMing?
put it on the-
It's not, especially when
That's
trying to
why
find the
it's
D&D
my
Beyond
lap.
pages.
Okay, if he wants to sit in your lap, fine.
I actually pull out my bow and actually start practicing shooting arrows while flying. I know it's not going to last for long, but maybe this can potentially be a thing for a little
Roll
while.
in acrobatics. You've seen Ka do it more than once, so you know
So
it's
yeah,
possible.
I know kind of, yeah.
But he does it with wings, so
Wait, how does he fly with wings?
their wings are on their back. They have
Oh,
hands.
really? Oh, that's cool. I thought they had just wings and.
Nope.
wings.
Their wings are on
Acrobatics?
their back. They still have their hands free.
They're
That
like.
is a 19 plus 6.
19? Yeah,
Plus
it's
6.
Yeah,
again. It's almost like this is like a deep generations deep memory returning to you. You have no problem figuring out exactly how you need to move and to shoot things properly when moving.
I practice on the other boats. Like, just shooting at their hull, like, not trying to do any damage, but, like, I start doing it, like, practicing, like, aiming for, like, the side of the ship, and then I start getting more specific where I want to, like, hit the mast and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, try and get more detailed to see how well I can do it.
Damn it, Sin, all of your spells are super close.
You're trying. Wait, is Sin trying to shoot him?
No, she was actually going to use prestidigitation
Mm.
to make everything a little bit more interesting. Not in a bad way. Like every time an arrow hits, like causing a little spark. Or like fireworks or something. But all those are super fucking close range.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I do for the rest of the 5 minutes.
Yeah. Do you come back to the ship or do you just like
I'm
still
over the
fall
ship,
into the
like-
water? Okay.
I'm over the ship, like, I do a couple laps around and, like, around the ship as I'm, like, firing while I'm going, practicing that, but then, like, towards the end of the approximate 10 minutes, I think, I start kind of going back towards the other ship.
Blink back into my own body and just go, incoming.
You hear Shanktooth. So do barrel roll!
I do an actual barrel roll.
Yes, not an aileron roll.
Nope, not an aileron roll.
It's a Star Fox joke,
No, I
and
know that
also
part.
B, it is a Map Pat joke. Because what they do in Star Fox spinning is not a barrel roll, it's an aileron roll. A barrel roll is actually rolling in a large arc, like you're going around a barrel.
Okay.
Mhm.
How pedantic. Okay.
There was a whole Map Pat episode about it.
Mhm.
And he actually got somebody from Nintendo, or somebody, I don't know if he did, but somebody actually got the answer from Nintendo of why, knowing that it was wrong, why they still named it that. It's because it was easier to say than an aileron roll. So they're like, so we called it barrel roll.
It's become iconic. I used to play Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Yeah, they're like, we could have called it an aileron roll, but that was too hard to say, so we just said barrel roll.
Yeah, that works.
I don't even think I could pronounce that.
Anyway, laying back down, hopefully in time.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a problem.
Do you kind of get the sense of when it ends, or
Only if you keep track of time.
Yeah, it's just.
You know when it
exciting.
stops. You know when the spell stops. You don't know when it's about to stop.
Right, I feel it as it stops. But I told you 10 minutes at the beginning. Hopefully you've got
Yeah,
a
yeah,
decent internal clock.
I don't know. Let's find out.
Arthur's loving all this, by the way.
I thought you were meditating.
That
No,
one.
not anymore.
he's
Oh.
wild, he's looking
You
around.
can't cut on deck to watch
Oh shit.
the birds. To bird watch.
I am gonna need you to roll me a God. What would this be? Survival.
Survival.
Yep.
Okay.
To mentally keep track of time.
16.
Yeah. No, you're fine. You realize near the end that you're getting pretty damn close, but you're not entirely sure how close. And you actually are like diving back onto the ship, and you're kind of right over the ship right now, kind of lowering yourself down only a few feet off the ground when suddenly.
Fun?
Aye.
Well, I can't do that too often because.
Just warlocks.
Well, that's not what I'm gonna say in character, but yeah. But might be helpful.
I guess
What?
that was trying to be Tiberius and failing
Yeah.
miserably.
Not Tiberius
Stormwind.
from
From Draconia! I just love, like, later in the game, he's like, hello, my name is Tiberius Stormwind. And then, like, all of the characters are like, yes, he is from Draconia. Yes, yes, yes.
It was a good voice. Like,
No, it
look at
was. And
that.
him being,
It was a
like,
good character
stupid,
voice.
awkward, and, like,
Yeah.
not really knowing how to talk to people, like, was a fun character.
It
Yeah.
was fun until it got really annoying.
When things started going downhill, yeah.
Anyway.
Anyhow,
uh,
so, it is now about roughly 10 minutes past midnight.
I climb up and I go to bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Well, is somebody on watch or do I still?
No,
need-
Khan's still
Does Connor
Connor-
have vision?
Good question, actually. I don't think he does.
Does maybe he just has special goggles since it's his job and all.
Well, you don't need dark vision in order to necessarily keep watch. It
Yeah,
helps,
It definitely helps. You don't need it.
but most ships that are on the horizon probably don't blacken their sails unless it's sketchy as shit. Especially if they're coming onto a
Unless it
camp
is-
that is friendly.
Yeah,
That was friendly.
that is friendly.
Yes.
Man, that's making me hungry. I just ate.
This is the only thing I think I've eaten all day.
No, that's not good.
No, he does not have dark vision, but he is stupid good at tracking movement.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed too since I just used another spell. Can we just agree to all turn in for a long rest? Barring interruption by pirate.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Alright, so you all take a long rest? Okay, so as you all drift into your sleep, all is well, and you can kind of hear the waves against the ship. All seems very, very calm and peaceful. Ash.
Hey, you just told me this was coming.
As you are asleep,
Backstory.
you once again find yourself in a dome of darkness,
Mm.
as you have occasionally done in the past. But something is different this time. Before, you originally, the first few times that she's come to you, it's just been a dome of black. The last time when she specifically asked you to do something, you realized there was slight movement in the dome, and you realized that it was feathers or something. Occasionally you'd hear the flapping and you'd see the feathers kind of moving in the darkness. This time it's like, it's almost like they're uneasy, the birds that are surrounding you. There's a lot more kind of movement back and forth. And you hear the kind of whisper that kind of echoes through everything. Just, my child. I have opted to give him back. I want you to keep an eye on him. He sent many good souls my way, and ones that I don't want haven't been finding their way back home, and people are starting to notice. So I want you to watch him closely.
I will be quiet.
At that moment, all the birds.
Yes.
Fucking love it. I fucking love it.
I knew you'd love
I
that.
know it.
I knew you would fucking love that.
It's very anime.
Oh,
I knew that you would fucking love
I'm so
that.
happy that like you figured out a use for it.
For
Nothing.
It is not something you in character know.
Yeah.
okay.
I want you to actually
Alright.
roll me a perception check.
Can you get that?
Have fun.
20!
Oh no.
Nat
That's
20?
20.
You have noticed in your time with Bard There is always a large, black-headed mace at his side that he's never once used. All of his weapons that on him you've seen him use, he's never even touched this mace before.
Cool. Alright.
But you do notice he always carries it with him.
Always.
I'm doing the Travis Willie thing. I'm just like, alright.
When the birds flit, you find yourself in an open field. Trees completely surround you. It's a dark, dim, kind of murky day. You can barely see the sun through an overcast. You can kind of see the outline of where you're pretty sure the sun is, but it's a dark overcast.
Is my bird with me?
Yes.
And nothing happens and it's just empty field.
You are in an empty field.
Do I recognize it at all?
You may roll a intelligence check to find out.
Oh yeah, that's nice Travis. Just straight intelligence?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's a nat 20.
Wasted all of that 27.
What is up with us today?
It definitely.
We need to stop having more
seems-
people around.
It resembles one of the fields that were in Dugo's forest,
Mm-hmm.
but you can tell this isn't Dugo's forest. But it kind of has that same kind of vibe and feel to it. The trees are well, and also the trees are all various types. But you see literally everything. You see tropical trees. You see coniferous trees. You see evergreens and all different types of trees, just growing completely naturally like trees would grow in a forest.
I'm gonna investigate the clearing, just like look around and see if there's anything that stands out. The clearing and the trees directly around me, yeah.
It's nothing really seems special about it.
What about the sky?
Overcast kind of day.
No.
There's nothing like super weird about it.
Okay, it's daytime?
Yeah, as far as I can tell, it's definitely daytime.
Okay.
Sometime either late morning or early evening, you're not sure which.
Is it as cold and or the same? Is it the same temperature as it was like where I actually physically am? Like,
No, it's. You feel like a cold, humid frost in the air. Not like freezing, but there's just something about the air is almost unnaturally cold.
I'll walk towards the trees.
Okay.
Yeah. The same one.
Are you good at differentiating clearings?
I mean, does it look the same?
Roll me a survival check. Nature.
It's a 16 plus. That's just a 16.
16.
Nature's
As
intelligence?
far as you can tell, it seems to be the same clearing. But then perception real quick.
I've got my beard. Which is good because that's a 12 total.
12 total.
Yeah.
You can see a shape in the center of the clearing.
What kind of shape?
You can't tell from here. You just see a shape.
Walk towards it very slowly
Okay.
with my wand out. Do I have my wand? Do I have all my...
You, as far as you can tell, you have everything
Okay.
that you usually keep on you.
Yeah.
Don't worry, nothing can hurt you in a dream.
I'll walk towards the shape. Slowly.
Especially in a horror dream.
Carefully. A
Really?
Halloween dream.
Roll me
Yeah.
another perception check.
A spooky dream.
Scooby Dream.
19.
It is a humanoid shape.
Is it big? Or small?
No.
Or my size?
Rather small, kind of skinny, palish skin, dark hair.
Hello?
Arthur, you come too, and you hear hello.
Hello?
Arthur, is that you?
Yeah? What's going on?
Why are you in my dream?
You know, quite honestly, I haven't the foggiest.
Okay. Do I know I'm still dreaming? I probably know.
Yeah, roll a wisdom check.
15?
15? You're fairly certain this is still a dream.
Alright. I'm going to send Gwen straight up to look around where, where we are. Just fly high.
You send Gwen up, and you see the clearing
Mm-hmm.
around you. It's a good couple 100 feet, maybe, if that at all.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing but trees for as far as Gwen can see, all various types. There isn't even really a canopy to the place. All the trees are growing at kind of different heights, depending on the type of tree it is.
I'll narrate all of this.
Nope.
Do I see anything else moving? And, birds in the air, animals?
Not a thing. Nor can
No,
you
you haven't
hear.
cast fly on me yet.
What?
Nor can you hear a thing. Just the slight rustling of the trees.
It's very quiet.
Sorry, nothing.
Was it a plot related, goddammit, or
No.
What are you doing?
No, he's in the game right now, but also doing other things.
Yeah. I'm passively listening.
Maybe you should be actively listening, because now you're actively part of the main story.
Yeah, dude. Alright. I guess I'm gonna attempt to walk into the trees again, because that caused some change last
Ash
time.
starts walking away from you toward the tree.
I follow.
Okay. The moment you walk into the trees, you find yourself in a clearing.
Is there a little bird there?
Roll me a perception check.
16.
16. Not that you can see, but there is a single large redwood tree in the center of this clearing.
I'll go up to the tree. It's beeping, huh?
Why is the tree beeping? Strange. How bizarre.
Redwood, you say.
How bizarre.
I'll go up to the tree.
It is a very
The
large
map!
tree.
Redwood
Not yet, I'm just getting it ready.
and a conifer.
But it's this tree is a few 100 feet tall. It is a massive tree.
Awesome, going up the tree.
I have to wait for peeping. Until then,
Alec, we have a map.
in your dream, you are in a very large redwood tree. Huge.
Oh,
Easily the largest tree you have ever seen in your entire life. And then you see a raven. Past you. With a single
Does he see him?
I look around and... Is that a familiar?
It seems to be a you've heard before.
Oh, okay. Alright, look down. Do I see?
You see shapes on the ground, yes.
Did Gwen see him?
Well, hello, little bird.
Gwen heard that.
Gwen goes back.
Hello, little bird.
Is he too far up for me to be seeing? How far up is he?
He's a good 60 feet.
Okay, so I
Some
can,
of the lowest branches, but still pretty thick branches.
I can see him.
I look around. Sorry. Do I see anything else aside from bird?
You see trees everywhere.
I'll kind of blindly shout out, Till, what are you doing in the tree?
It's safe in the trees.
Are you dreaming too?
Roll wisdom.
oh no.
That is a solid 3.
What?
You are absolutely awake right now. This is completely normal
No.
for you.
Are you sure? Because I think this is a dream.
Yeah.
Right. Can you come down here?
Can I get down there?
I mean, as far as you know, you can fly. You're a bird.
Oh God.
I was gonna say, Arthur could be a total dick right now.
What?
As far as you know, you can fly. You are a bird after all.
Okay, go for it.
Do you fly out of the tree?
Yeah, I do.
He starts flying out of the tree and he flies down. No problem.
What the hell? You're sure this isn't a dream, though?
Yes.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic and just look around.
Okay. You don't see anything magical.
There's nothing on him either.
Except for magical things that y'all normally carry on you, no.
Right, there's no spell cast on him.
Nope.
Okay. Then.
Arthur, roll me a wisdom check.
Oh,
4?
This is all completely normal stuff.
It's a nat 1. You have to say
Oh,
that.
if it's not one, you have to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one. Never mind.
This is all completely normal for your everyday normal waking life.
Oh no.
Ash, you are
Yeah.
the only one who knows this is a dream.
Oh, okay.
Considering I'm normally drunk or in a box, yep.
But I'm not in a box this time, Arthur. Think about it. It's a bit strange, right?
I'm not going to question.
Okay. I'm going to try and walk out of the
It's
clearing again.
Ash starts walking away from the both of you. What do you do?
Follow. Continue.
I fly up and look around the tree to see if I notice anything.
Roll me an investigation. And also an acrobatics at the same time.
Investigation, acrobatics.
Deal. Nice.
Wow, yeah,
So
that's
that's
great.
3.
And a 2.
Oh god.
Oh no.
One of the very first things you do is conk into a branch
Yeah.
and don't find anything.
And take.
You kind of fall a little bit. You kind of fall a little bit, but are able to, because you know this is sometimes birds hit things and they're able to catch themselves. This tree's high enough, no
Do I
problem.
hear like a
Yeah, you know you do hear
Piece of shit.
and followed by a piece of shit.
come back here, little bird? And I'm gonna walk into the forest again. So I'm
I
gonna get
fly
this-
above them.
You
Like-
fly above them.
Kind
Above
of
the
above
tree
them, over the tree line as they go. Just following the same direction.
Roll me. What is reflex in this game?
It's a dex save.
Dex saving throw.
Oh boy. Saving? 14?
14. The moment you get to the edge of the clearing, there's suddenly a tree in front of you.
Piece of shit.
It is a large wood tree, and you are in the middle of the clearing.
Oh, okay.
Same here then.
Well, this is happening at the same time.
Yeah, so they see the same thing.
Well, were you looking at him as he was flying?
Well, I was just
I was
soaring
just
above
leaving-
them.
yeah,
I was
she's
just
just
walking
walking-
into the trees. Have I popped back into the clearing or
you
not?
pop back into a clearing.
Okay. What do I see? And
You see an open clearing.
no tree?
There's no tree. There, two of you saw Ash walk.
I was following her.
You noticed from the direction that you were going that Ash and Arthur went into the trees.
I land up in the tree and see if I can't knock on the trunk or something like that. Does it sound hollow?
You
or
absolutely can. You knock on the tree, and it's a solid tree.
solid tree? I walk into approximately where they were
Okay.
leaving.
You see them immediately as you walk into the trees, you then find yourself in a clearing.
Are we
And
all
it's-
together?
Is it like we
Well, you and him
break
are together.
the
He kind of comes in a
clearing,
few seconds later.
we break the clearing,
The
walk
moment
like
you
20
walk
feet?
in, no. The
where it's-
moment you step into the tree line, you are into the clearing. The trees are behind you.
Alright, so
I stick an arrow into the ground.
once
Right on the outside, and then I take a step through. Do I see my arrow?
Till disappears. Back into the trees.
okay,
After sticking an arrow in the ground.
I'll go wait by the arrow. Let's see what happens.
You find yourself in a clearing.
With a redwood tree?
No.
Just a.
You find yourself in a clearing.
Alright. Sticking out another arrow in.
Okay.
Does he
I walk across the clearing to the other side.
Okay.
okay, wait. When he finds himself in a new clearing, we don't see him reappear.
You do not.
Okay. I will wait like a few minutes to see if he comes back, and then I will follow him. If he doesn't, since he doesn't reappear, I'm gonna go after him.
What do you do, Arthur?
I look around. Do I perceive any difference in the way we've gone? Like anything that stands out of the ordinary?
And what do you mean?
Like, okay, because we've gone through different tree lines
Mhm.
and ended up in either the same clearing or a completely different clearing. Do I notice anything different about a certain
Besides a redwood tree, roll me a nature check.
nature?
Mhm.
14.
14. It's really, really hard to differentiate, but the tree line always seems, you can at least tell that the tree line seems a little bit different each time you go through. You don't know if that's because you're going to a different clearing or because you're coming out at a different side. You can't really be sure.
Okay.
Okay. I followed Till.
You find yourself in a new clearing as you go across into the trees. You come out, find yourself in a new clearing with an arrow stuck in front of you.
Not in you, but
But like
in
there's an
Oh,
arrow
I
on the
got
ground right in front of you.
Is there a little bird?
No.
Is
I
there
put
a
an arrow before.
You've
I
put
left the
arrows
clearing,
into
like-
two different clearings, though.
Well, I did one from where I came out of and one from where I'm going into.
Yep.
Kind of thing.
Okay. Is Arthur anywhere near me? Do I see Arthur at all?
Did you follow Ash?
Yeah.
Arthur appears right next to you. Not really appears, but like as you both come into the clearing, and he enters in the clearing the same time as you do.
Okay. Is there a big tree in the middle of this clearing?
There's none.
Okay.
There's an arrow in front of you though.
Well, I assume I recognize that it's one of Till's. I'm gonna just put my hand out to Arthur, just stay still for a second, and just shout, Till! Nothing. Huh. Stay here, watch the sky, and I'm gonna go back the way I came. First of all, do I wind up in a clearing with an arrow?
Yes, you do.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot an eldritch blast up into the skies off like 120 feet up. So
Mhm.
just go.
Kind of like a flare sort of thing.
Yeah.
Goes in the sky. You see it hit the very low lying cloud layer, kind of lights up the clouds in this brilliant blue, little cool little light show right above you, but otherwise
Bitchin'. Alright, I'm gonna go back exactly the way I came. Is Arthur there?
you appear in a clearing with an arrow and an Arthur.
Did you see that?
You saw nothing.
No.
What the fuck? Alright then. Maybe we should try and find Till. But I didn't know how to do that. Do you have anything? Anything that'll might help us find him?
I don't think so.
I don't think I do either. If I look into the tree line, what do I see?
You see a forest of trees.
Normal. I mean, it's got a ground and
Mm-hmm. It's got a ground. It's not an even ground. Kind of up and down a little bit. It's definitely a thick, wild forest, but it's a forest of trees. Strange trees that should not be growing in a forest together, but a forest nonetheless.
I'm going to try to cast an illusion 30 feet into the forest, just some bright lights.
Yeah, you can see some bright lights flitting, almost like pixies or will-o-wisps,
Right.
flitting about in the trees.
I'm going to try and misty step over to my illusion.
Okay. You appear in a clearing. Mist all around you.
What's the spell? Okay. I hate when I do that.
Warlocks, you should not be relying on your magic, man.
I know, I should have been
For support reasons.
I should have had the wizard do it. I should have made the wizard do it. I didn't, so... what's this clearing look like? Is there an arrow in it?
No.
Is there a bird in it?
No.
I call going to
I
me.
take a left at this clearing.
You go to that clearing, go to the left. You find yourself in the clearing. After aiming an arrow.
And then again. And then again.
So you're going left,
Well,
left,
don't do
left,
too many,
left, left.
Breadcrumbs.
I call Gwen to me.
Gwen does not come.
He doesn't come.
Gwen does not come.
I try to see through his eyes. I left him with Arthur.
Mhm.
Can I see anything?
You cannot. You're in a clearing with a bird. Very indignant bird.
Well, hello there, little bird.
It hisses at you. Very indignant bird.
What?
Do birds hiss?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Constantly.
Weird.
Cockatiels and parakeets are most known for doing it. Whenever anything that is outside of their expectations happens.
I've heard a crow hiss before.
Well, Crow
Weird.
says. Raven says.
Yep.
Anyway.
I mean,
Actually, Gwen says, piece of shit. Ravens can mimic, man.
They can.
He's heard Till
Some of
say
them
that.
are be quite good at it.
Yeah. Alright.
So you're now in a clearing with no arrows and no birds.
I would like to panic.
roll
me
for
a
panic.
I mean,
You are in a clearing with a bird, and you are in a clearing and are a bird.
Checks out. I start following back my arrows.
You find yourself in a clearing with an arrow.
My other arrow. Go to my other
If
arrow.
you go to where you believe you dropped the other arrow, there's another arrow there.
And I keep following. Retrace my steps.
Another bird appears through the forest.
Till, is that you?
I loved it about it.
It is definitely Till.
Oh my god.
it's like I'm not drunk enough to deal with this alone.
You are now in a clearing with two birds and an arrow.
2 arrows.
There's one arrow in this clearing.
Hmm.
No, that's right.
I put 2 out.
On that one, yep.
2 birds.
But they don't know there was a second arrow because they haven't bothered to look. You're in a
Yep.
clearing with 2 birds and an arrow.
2 birds, 1 stoned wizard. Anyway.
And you are in a clearing with panic.
And the disco.
Brandon Yuri, what are you doing here?
Help me, Brendan Yuri. You're my only hope. Yeah.
Sorry, can't help you here. I write sins, not tragedies.
Oh, snaps!
I'm gonna just shoot another
Just
Eldritch Blast
whispered
up
into
into
your
the
ear.
sky.
Okay.
And try and signal, even though it didn't work last time.
You get a really cool light show for yourself.
Yeah,
It looks really
okay.
cool. Almost resembles lightning in the clouds. Which is weird for overcast, but whatever. Still looks cool.
I'm gonna. When I Misty stepped in. Where did I appear? Did I appear like right next to the tree line?
How far were you planning to Misty Step?
About 30 feet into the forest.
You appear about 30 feet in the clearing.
Can I tell which direction I came from?
It's a round clearing, and considering your distance is only 30
that's
feet,
so-
you can pretty much deduce
Am
where
I-
you came from.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna walk back through where I came from, but walking this time.
Okay.
Ah,
Ash,
Misty
yes,
stepping
guys.
in.
Gwen!
Take your bird.
Gwen shoots over your shoulder.
Well, little bit.
I want you guys to play yourselves.
Hi, Till.
Oh yeah, I have all you guys. There's that one. There's
I
that
still think
one.
he looks like the Pokemon. That's all I see when I see him.
Looks like what?
That one Pokemon with the gi and he's red. Soft
Oh, yeah.
I forget
Sorry,
which
yeah.
one he is.
Place yourselves. You are on the edge of the clearing, remember.
Okay, which edge?
I don't know.
Okay.
Whichever the fuck one you want to be at.
Alright.
Here. Why not?
I just came through.
That works.
Okay. So can you just spell magic, Arthur?
Dispel.
Oh.
Do you have the spell to spell magic?
I do want to point out that you are very aware this is a dream. So magic might. It's probably not what's causing this.
Never mind. That we're in a dream.
You especially would know this of all the magic
Not
users.
a good dream. I don't know what to do.
Everyone roll me a perception check.
10.
8.
23.
You, and only you, even though it is chilly and it almost feels like there's a breeze in the air, you don't actually feel a physical breeze, but you hear a rustling on the far side of the clearing.
I look over and grab my bow. Kind of look through the trees. See if I notice anything.
Roll me another perception.
That's a crit succeed.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Crit succeed.
I know, right? You see a figure on the other side of the clearing.
Asshole.
Oh, sorry.
Nope, you lost it. Yes. Roll me new character. You left the DM hanging. New character,
Sorry.
please. You see a figure on the far side of the clearing. Looks to be humanoid, but is definitely not human. You see what looks to be a skeleton, something you fought multiple times, especially from your time in the Undead Swamp. But this one has what seems like a squash on his head.
Spooky, scary skeleton. Sorry.
Its mouth and eyes are kind of like you can see flames licking from what seem to be mouths and eyes.
Wait, it's
as
like
it
that one
slowly
episode of
Kind of stumbles into the clearing.
Over the Garden Wall. Have you seen Over the
Well,
Garden Wall?
no.
Multiple times. I also have the new comment that started.
It's like that one episode with. Yeah.
The Pumpkin Village?
Like the Pumpkin Village.
No, it's not like that.
No, it's not like that at all. What are you doing? Oh, is this in character? Yes.
Ah!
Ah!
He points across the way and
Oh.
you see this figure, this shambling skeleton with a squash for a head, flames licking the holes that resemble a face.
I held up my one. The fuck is that?
I
You can
have
see
an arrow
multiple
dodge.
points of lights now.
Oh,
Behind
there's
it.
smoke coming. I'll shoot it.
Should everyone roll me initiative?
Seven. I used to run my game with Starburst.
I know. That's,
Yeah. Yeah.
All coming from that direction?
All seem to be coming from the same direction. Through the trees.
Oh, stupid funnel.
That's a lot more than I wanted.
Give me some more.
It's okay. I put them up against a weeping angel last Halloween.
You did, you piece of shit. I'm
Ugh.
not that much of an asshole.
2 weeping angels.
I'm not that much of an asshole. That's why Bard looks a lot older than he actually is.
He got thrown back in time.
Oh, fun. Like OG Weeping Angels, or like Moffat doesn't know when to stop adding plot twists.
OG
Weeping Angels.
Bard got shot about 100 years back into the past.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
So he's close to 200 now. 250 somewhere around there.
God, what's that really great line? They make you live yourselves to death or something.
Mhm.
What?
They kill you with kindness. They make
Yeah,
you live.
they make you live your life to death.
Yep.
That was a good one. Man, that was a good episode. And then he just
Yeah, they stopped caring. I know. Moffat used to be a great writer.
no. He started dick waving. He started trying to show off.
Because honestly, Moffat has 2 of my favorite episodes: The Empty Child and
Oh fuck!
Blade.
I like the Empty Child too.
Good job, it was a good one. So everyone roll me your initiative.
Are you my mummy?
That's my favorite. I used to do that.
Well,
to my
yeah, it's
brother
the
all the time.
Weeping Angels and Every Child were the ones that really made him famous. Like,
Yep.
that's what got him his notoriety.
And then he started writing Sherlock, and then
That's
realized
a good one.
plot twister things. So let's
Well, that's
learn
the thing.
everything.
He proved himself on self-contained, single episode stories, and then they gave him an entire season to run, and then another one, you know, whatever.
Mhm.
They gave him the entire show to run, and he showed that he can't do anything like that big. He's good at self.
So, hey, initiatives.
Sorry, 7.
8.
Do I get those 2 shots off though?
17.
Do I get those shots off? Like the first one.
Yeah. You have 120 feet?
Yeah, well, one's a crit fail. The other one. One's a crit fail, and the other one is a non-natural 20.
Non-natural 20? Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
12. Pew! It goes pew.
By the way, I have a question.
What up?
Would you guys be upset if for Christmas I made you guys dice boxes, or do you guys like your dice boxes?
I don't know how that sucks.
I'm talking about you two.
I like mine.
Okay.
He spent a long time on his.
I'm still not done.
I mean, I'm not sure. I'm very particular about the size of dice boxes.
It's not the size that matters.
It's not the size, man. It's how you
I was
use
just thinking of Christmas presents for you guys.
it.
How much damage did you do?
12.
12?
Force.
To the closest one,
Yeah, the first one I saw. Yeah.
which would be Mr. Orange.
Okay. I guess I'm facing that way then. With my hand full of fire. That I just have all the time. According to that mini.
Okay, so, Arthur.
I am going to fire off. What, D12? I'm gonna do that.
I don't know.
Do it. Just do something.
I'm gonna fire off Witch Bolt
At
at. See, I'm there. No, wait. I can be closer first.
Yeah, you have to be within, what, 15 feet, 20 feet for Witch Bolt?
That's why I moved
range
closer, motherfucker.
30?
30.
Yeah, you have to stay in at 30 feet, so.
Yeah.
Alright, Wizard, go ahead and go into the horde of pumpkin zombies by yourself. That's, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
You should play a tank next time.
I have one.
Yeah, you apparently, no, see, you don't have one. You've made a character you
Work.
play.
Working on one. Working. You know what? Let's do Firebolt.
On what? Down?
That one.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit.
What's the range for it?
Range is 120.
Yep, you're fine.
Roll the hit.
Yep.
Is it the modifier or spell? No, it's the spell.
Spell attack.
Okay. That'd be 18.
18 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Firebolt. D10. Do that right? 4, 10, 14.
14 damage.
Yeah.
When you hit it, the firebolt hits its body, and you can kind of see the flames flitting about its bones and whatnot, and then its head kind of starts to vibrate and explodes all around it. You may now eat it.
Yay! Ooh, piece of candy.
See, this is a great way to run a game.
Are you saying that we're bad at running games?
Oh, shit.
Players are
Because
like,
it's true.
players are like dogs. You have to give them treats.
Exactly. Sometimes you just gotta fuck around and have a good time. So now is Till.
Really? Wow.
Yes, really. Oh man, what, were you expecting zombies to be fast, dexterous creatures?
We all rolled below 10, so.
Yeah. You're expecting
Except for
zombies to
you.
be fast, dexterous creatures? They have like a -2 to their fucking...
That one
Okay.
there. Gonna fire.
Okay.
This. 21.
21. Yep, that's...
Alright. I was hoping so that. And that is. Four damage.
You see your arrow in the pumpkin head and it... You may eat it. She'll get her own. So would you. Oh, trust me, you'll all get some.
Oh, I just. I don't want.
Ash.
Oh, how
Oh.
I have another arrow.
Oh, you
I
do
only
great.
shot one.
Do you have a candy you prefer, Alec?
No, I don't. I mean, I'm not a big fan of candy.
Do you have a small food item you would prefer, Alec?
Do you? What? No, it's fine.
Go.
Lifelong.
It's the Halloween episode, asshole! Everyone's gonna have candy! Bubblegum candy!
I'm going because it's in the line of sight. I'm gonna go for that next
What have I done?
one, the
Are you gonna go?
I'll be fine.
second one in
I've been in worse
from
situations.
my right. Straight line.
That guy, that guy. That guy?
That one.
Okay, good. Roll.
That is an 18 plus 8. Does that hit?
Hits?
Because that is more than previously. Colossus. No. Not gonna. Yeah, that's per round. Colossus Slayer, so that's 7.
Isn't that only if they take damage?
Oh, right. That is only if they're taking damage. 10.
10?
10 damage.
Okay. You see the arrow into its pumpkin head.
And as a bonus action. Never mind.
Okay.
Too spread out. I was gonna do Hail of Thorns, but they have to be within 5 feet, so. Never mind.
Okay.
So. Did 10 damage do anything, or?
I mean, shot an arrow into its pumpkin.
Yeah. I wasn't sure. Does it look damaged?
I don't know how good are you
Very-
telling if pumpkin creatures are damaged or not.
Oh,
There's an
I've
arrow
got
in
in
its
mind.
head.
all right.
So you definitely know you did something because there's an arrow in its head.
Are they making any noise, or are they just silently like?
For the most part, it seems to be kind of silent. You're pretty far away right now, so you can't entirely tell.
You slowly start hearing scary, spooky skeleton.
I just heard the screeching from Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost.
Yeah.
Or
Or the
those
oh
pumpkin
no.
creatures
Or the what's his name? That's pumpkin.
David S. Pumpkin.
That
Oh god, that fucking
that song.
I saw someone with that costume.
David S. Pumpkins.
Alright, Arthur.
Okie dokie.
Jesus, this is
Let's do
what
it. I'm going to move.
They're exploding them before they get to us, man. Damn.
That's what I'm planning. Gonna move up a smidge. And then over one. And then the Goo M&M, I'm firing Firebolt again.
Okay.
For attack. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
hits.
D10s. 2,
What in Colorado called?
11.
11 points. Okay.
Probably.
Probably canvassing. Probably what?
Alright.
I
And that
Something
will
like
end my turn.
I always assume it's canvassing.
I believe it's Till now.
People all from all over for campaigns.
19.
Well, where are you shooting?
Closest one, the blue guy, I
Yep.
guess.
Okay.
Alright. And he's taking damage, right?
Yes, he has.
So, I guess. Colossus. Yeah, I'll do Colossus. $16. Yeah. 16 damage.
You ever fired a shotgun at a pumpkin before? That's about what happens.
Yeah,
As whoever you designate may now get.
I'll take it.
Fine.
Ash.
Happy?
Yeah.
I have another arrow.
Oh, right. Till. Give your up to.
Bonus going to. Where's really close enough? So. Going to do Hunter's Mark on the one I previously shot. Or the closest one.
Closest one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I think is. I'm either gonna say that one or that one of those two.
Closest to you is definitely that one.
Alright.
He's good at it.
Another shot.
Okay.
Cast Hunter's Mark. I need to redo my dice box. Or my dice tower.
Oh wow.
Because they keep getting stabbed?
Yep.
18.
Hits.
Yay. I already did Colossus Slayer this round. They're taking damage. Cool. 8 damage.
8 total?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't roll very well.
Apparently.
I got a 1 and a 4. Yeah,
That's it.
and I just on the outside of the clearing.
Okay. Ash.
I'm just going to spam Eldritch Blast, that red one.
Okay.
Right there. That's 19 and a 16.
Both hit.
No. 6 damage, that's a percentile die. And 8
50
damage.
damage.
Well, it was on a 10, and I was like, oh, 10? But it's not a 10, it's a 1. So
Right,
6 damage and 8 damage.
Your blast, and you may eat it as it explodes
Yay! Dead pumpkin.
into a shower of delicious pumpkin bits.
Yeah, so much fun. Actually, I mean, delicious pumpkin bits are edible.
Delicious pumpkin bits are edible. I love to eat delicious pumpkin bits.
They should be cooked first, though.
Party group be having a heyday.
Yeah, Parker would just be in there with the axe, like, I love the sound that pumpkins make when they're like, you know, like if you like
Yeah, the hollow.
whack it with a machete or something. Man, I love machetes. They're so cool.
Agreed.
Maybe I'll make a character that works with machete. You can set that as a short sword, right?
Easily.
Mhm.
I used to have a character that had a kukri.
Mm.
But this was back in the day when kukri was actually a...
Monk weapon?
Yeah, it was actually a weapon that was in the game.
Yeah.
What is a kukri?
It is a large... It's like a knife axe, basically. It's the edge of... It's a curved blade, and the edge is actually thicker. So originally it was made so you can both cut down a tree and then also carve it with the same knife. But the Indian military found that it is also really, really good for cutting off people's heads. Because it's a knife axe.
Seems fair.
So the Indian Royal Military actually uses it as their standard side weapon.
One of my...
But they have a modified version that's much thinner.
So it's easy to wield quickly.
You jab, and then as they bend over in pain.
That's fun.
Yeah, but the other ones are thicker because they're more axes, so the end of the blade itself is much heavier than most of the blades. You can really go at a tree with it.
Yeah, my guide, when I went to Colombia, my guide used a machete for literally everything, and it was so useful, and I loved it, and I really want one, and I also want a reason to have one. What?
Arthur's up. No,
Oh, I shot both I did.
Right, yep.
Warlock, she
I'm
gets a
not
single
moving.
blue dog.
I'm not moving.
Yay for overkill.
No such thing.
Well, we have a big group of clustered enemies who are not yet super close to us, are there?
So,
Don't tell him how to play his
This
character
wizard, I know.
badly.
I'm sorry.
It's because he's already getting a few characters killed. Whatever.
I'm gonna fire off fireball
Okay, where? What's the center point?
right there,
Right there?
and it's a 20
5, 10, 15, 20. I thought it was 30 feet.
fireball, 150 out, but it is each creature in a 20-foot radius.
Okay, so it's 20. So you're putting it right there.
Yep.
5, 10, 15, 20. So will not hit him. 5, 10, 15, 20. Will not hit him, but we'll hit these two. So we'll hit this group right here.
Okay. So I just go ahead and roll the 8d6.
Yep, what is the reflex save on that? What's your spell save DC?
Dex is 14.
Alright, cool.
2, 4, 6, 8. 5, 11, 5, 11, 15, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24.
24. A massive. You see Arthur just kind of rear back and just kind of. Little red spark shoots across the way and. Enjoy your candy.
So these four?
Yep.
No kill like overkill. Ash just says, "Hey, thanks."
Sharing is caring.
Step over to the side as an arrow goes flying over your shoulder at
The one you've marked?
marked. That's a crit fail.
Oh, good. Roll a 20 for me.
That's a 10.
Okay, good. So you go to pull out,
Oh
Arrow, you-
no! Oh no!
bowstring snaps.
Oh cool.
Snaps.
Snaps.
I mean, I'm assuming I have a spare.
I don't know. Do you have a spare? Do you carry a spare with you, Alec?
Who's mending?
Mending?
Cantrip?
Cantrip? No.
Hey, me neither.
We're not on that yet.
Um,
I have it on still. Initial book.
I don't have anything that says exactly.
If you can
have
justify to me why Till would have learned to carry a spare on him, I will allow this.
Climbing through the trees, they would snap because it's slung across his back and stuff. Could get caught on branches and other things like that.
Has it often done so?
Not often enough that he would probably, whenever he was beginning to learn.
I'll accept that. You will have to spend your next action
Yeah, I don't even have
to restring your bow.
I
I
start
have
to
the
do
option
that.
to learn, but I don't have
Well,
You have used one of your attacks.
I have. Yeah, I'm gonna just start doing that, I guess.
Okay. Ash.
I am going to shoot the one that he was aiming at was closest.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna. Yeah. That is 23
Hits.
and 12.
Does not hit.
Okay, so. 9.
9. Enjoy your candy. As the pumpkin hand.
Sorry. It's getting too close. What are you gonna do? Can you move Hunter's Mark when it dodge?
On my bonus action, as a bonus action. So, it's still technically up, right?
The spell is cast. It's just not currently on anything.
That's
The
what
next
I thought.
time you can
So,
use a bonus action, you may then switch it to another thing.
Yep.
Oh my.
Shit. That's what we were trying to prevent. What?
There we go. Pop my ankle.
Oh shit!
No! Big boys.
Are different candy. Probably.
So as
voice.
these shambling pumpkin skeleton creatures are coming towards you, and you're just easily picking them off. You hear what sounds like a slithering noise, and you see these large, not pumpkins, but they were like straight up like squash, except for one of them has a turnip on its head. Much more elongated, than normal, with this skeletal snake body behind it. Flames were licking all along its form as they're slithering through the forest at you.
Snakes. Why's it always gotta be snakes?
Chill.
We went to bed hungry.
What?
Chill there, Andy.
Yes, that was the joke.
You went to bed thinking about flying.
Because that was baller as shit.
Oh yeah, you can fly, dude.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Arthur.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
I was like, ah, shit.
No way, man. Or peanut butter M&M's. These are mine.
Peanut butter?
Oh, I thought you didn't like M&M's, Alec.
No, you had peanut butter M&Ms. That's completely different.
I have an idea.
No, it's fine.
No, it's not fine, Alec.
Oh, so.
Enjoy your peanut butter M&Ms.
I will, and so will you when you kill one.
It's still the creature's turn.
No.
Is it still the creature's turn?
No, it's Arthur.
I'm going to.
Do we see them, or are they...
You can currently just hear the sound.
Okay, this.
Oh, right, one of them could have attacked. Well, I
Yeah,
forgot.
that's what I was wondering.
I
why you
forgot it.
didn't.
I already said it's Alec's turn, or it's Arthur's turn.
I'm happy with that.
20. I'm going to use Shadow Blade,
Ooh.
which is I weave together threads of shadow to create a sword of solidified gloom.
Mhm. It's a necromancy spell.
Oh,
He's not bringing anything back. I'm not concerned. I probably have at least one necromancy spell. It's just the.
deals 2d8 psychic, but I'm using it in the 3rd level, so it's 3d8.
Roll
Nope,
a hit.
just
I
kidding.
You
need.
have to roll a hit.
Yeah. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Hits.
Okay. I need
Carve that pumpkin.
2 more d8s.
Just one. Just roll. Yeah.
That's a 6 and a 7, so that's a 13.
And then one more?
13. 13. 14. 15.
15.
15.
He comes in with a shadow blade. And I need you two to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh god, pumpkin heads explode. She hurts. That's a 4.
Oh, good.
Damn it.
Dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
Both of you.
Come on, what is it? It's an 8.
8. Alright, both of you take 5 fire damage as very anime status. The sword through the pumpkin head. It starts to separate off its head, and suddenly the light inside glows a bright, brilliant glow and just and explodes in front of both of you. You may now eat your candy.
It's worth it for the aesthetic.
But because that was also a bonus action,
Mhm.
I'm going to cast the cantrip. First that was Shadow Blade in 3rd level. And I'm not. Goddamn.
Attacking with Shadow Blade is a bonus action?
I'm going to cast Firebolt.
Let me see Shadow Blade real quick. I was pretty sure that one, as a bonus action, you create the blade and then you have to make an attack with it.
Yeah.
Is
Magic
it?
sword lasts till the spell ends. It counts as a simple melee weapon. Yeah, it's a physical sword that you have
Okay.
to swing with.
It's a bonus
Okay.
action to cast it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a bonus action to cast it, and you are proficient with it, and it counts as a simple melee weapon.
Alright.
Does it last?
No, yeah, it lasts. I just need to figure out if he would actually use his spell attack bonus or his regular melee attack bonus. You would actually use your regular melee attack bonus with that.
Okay. So no.
You are proficient with it, so you get to add your proficiency bonus and your strength bonus. So 1 plus 3, so you add plus 4 to attack with it. How does your strength saving throw? Wait, why is your strength plus 1? Your saving throw plus 1, but your strength is a 0.
Probably.
Oh, you get a plus 1 to all saves, that's why.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just add the plus 3 for your proficiency.
Okay.
Whatever would that have been? Out of curiosity. You rolled what to hit? Was it like 14?
Yeah.
You would have missed, but I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Just because you didn't know how that spell works. Yeah, so it's a bonus action to create the sword, but then you physically use that sword to attack.
Gotcha.
Man, we're all about magical swords up in this bitch.
Hell yeah, magic swords. Because magic swords are the shit.
Magic.
Magic. And then do you do anything else with it?
Them, mage, so
Well, since it was essentially to just cast and use, no.
Okay. Then...
Am I still slinging my...
Oh yeah, you have to use your action to sling your bow. Go ahead and make me a dexterity check. Nice.
Dexterity check?
Yeah. Yeah, dexterity.
18.
18? Yeah, you were able to just fast enough using one of your last attacks and then using part of this that I will... No, because that's not how this D&D works. This isn't D&D 3.5. Yeah, you have to use your whole action to go ahead and do it, but you're able to sling it, no problem.
Alright. And...
I keep forgetting
Bonus
you don't have
action.
multiple attack actions. You just get multiple attacks when you use your attack action.
Yeah,
Unless you're fighting.
No, because then it's still multiple attacks per attack action.
I think
I'm going to
seven.
move my move that...
No, they can attack
Attack
3 times instead of 2. They don't get... Oh, the action surge, yes, you get another action, yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so Hunter's Mark is dart.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do anything else, then?
I already used my action, so no.
Okay, Ash.
Oh, it's safer up in the trees.
You can fly without me, little bud.
That's all
Okay,
I'm still back at the back.
okay.
This is where we came out of
Correct.
previously, right?
We have established that he can fly in this dream, right?
We've established that he's been able to fly in stream, yes.
Has been able to.
What dream?
Ash, you're up. Yeah, but they think this is all real.
I know they did.
Honestly, I don't even know what to believe. I think.
Cool.
I mean, this seems like perfectly normal fighting a battle to you. This is nothing out of the ordinary. Kills a bird, he flew around, that makes sense.
Something like that.
Makes a lot of sense.
I mean,
You
the
good?
other bird flew around, so why the fuck wouldn't tell?
Nighttime medication.
Okay.
It's that time.
I am.
Especially with candy happening.
Yep.
I'm going to do my usual. Actually, how far away are these big fuckers? I'm.
20, 25, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. Close enough for you to be able to blast them.
Alright, I'm gonna back off a little bit. 5, 20, just so that that one isn't super close to me. And I'm gonna blast. Do they?
Close enough for you to be blast them.
Yeah. Do these guys have cover? Like, what's with? Because you move them through the.
Yes, you are definitely. It's a light smattering of trees here. You can easily see through them, no problem.
Okay, so I'm gonna just shoot the one that's straight in front of me
Okay.
twice.
Okay.
That's a 23
Hits.
and a 25.
Hits.
Where's my percentage? 7 and 11. No, 7 and 8. Just kidding.
Okay.
I think my brain just said 7 and 11.
15 points of damage. Okay.
Yeah. 15 points of damage total for the lollipop.
Yep. The middle cherry.
Yeah. Nope, not gonna say it.
Where is your brain going?
Oh, come
Say
on.
the thing.
There's only one cherry joke to be made.
Pop the cherry.
Yes, dear.
Papa Daddies.
I didn't know if you were going to go
That's
above
the
and
worst
beyond
ending
something about like the
ever.
middle cherry. Like I don't know if
No.
you were going to take this to another level or not.
I don't. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not that creative today.
Okay. It's okay me either. When I was like, could she have? I don't know.
Oh. All right, my turn is over.
Okay. And now it is Zelda Pokemon's turn.
Goody.
Oh no. That, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
Goody.
You know, this reminds me of Jurassic Park.
The Raptors?
Not the raptor scene. More so, Wayne Knight scene when he's trying to escape in the rain, and he crashes into the,
I'm gonna admit I haven't seen Jurassic Park.
Oh snap! The original?
Yeah.
None of them.
What
I
the
just know
shit?
that
You know what scene I'm
Raptors
talking
are
about,
in
though,
it.
right?
I didn't hear what you said.
The scene where Wayne Knight is trying to escape from the island, and he crashes in. He goes the wrong way and crashes into the dinosaur cage.
Why did you say the Velociraptors?
I didn't.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Because I know there's a pack of velociraptors that swarm things.
Mhm.
So I
Oh,
kind of
no.
figured that's
Yeah,
what you were
no,
referring to. Oh, he goes into a cage and then there was
He goes into an enclosure that he's supposed to stay out of because the dinosaurs spit venomous acid, and it spits.
as dinosaurs
great.
do.
It spits
Actually,
in
there's a
his face.
peanut in it.
and
Yeah.
then
They are
there's
the
all
peanut
kinds
butter M&Ms.
Oh,
Alex.
peanut butter.
Peanut
Okay.
butter. I didn't grab
Because I like peanut.
Yeah, no, they all.
I didn't grab your
on
peanuts
camera.
because
And
I just love nuts.
this is gonna be interesting.
not the other one.
Oh, I have. Can I? Yes, I can. Okay.
Your shield or something?
No, I have a scapegoat or way to get out. If
Yeah. Arthur, what Tracy?
God, team 11.
Okay.
Oh no. If I make it,
Do you have shield, dude?
shield. Not that. I'm not
You
ready.
have to do it on your
It's a
turn.
reaction.
It's a reaction?
Shield's a reaction.
Shield's
Oh.
reaction.
Mage armor's on your turn.
That's what I was thinking.
No, I don't have shield. I mean, if I could instinctively misty step the fuck out of there, I would.
Not as a reaction, I don't think.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
max damage.
Let's just go ahead and say
This one. No, that was this one. This one goes to attack you and kind of comes down with its claws and then just kind of falls over. The others all come at you at the same time. One slashes at you, the other just kind of bumps into you, but then the flames from its pumpkin just like start licking across your body, and the other also just kind of slashes at you and take 15 points of damage from all three of them. From all three of them.
Wait, 15 each?
No, 15 total.
total. No, if it was 15 each, I'd be
Good
gonzo.
God.
I'd be gonzo.
I need to see if a thing happens or not.
Oh no.
It does not. Yeah.
Don't know if it was good or bad thing.
It was going to be a bad thing.
Oh.
For you. Everyone else would have been fine. Everyone else would have loved what happened. You would not have. And with that, Arthur,
I still have Shadow Blade out.
you do still have your Shadow Blade in hand.
Oh, you're prepped for melee. Look at you.
You are totally prepped for melee.
It also
Mr.
takes
like
an
20
action
HP.
to do Misty Step, doesn't it?
Bonus
No,
action.
bonus action.
Bonus
Yep.
action. Okay.
Which, with Misty Step being a bonus action, I could do that, and Cantrip, which we've already established with Shadow Blade, that is not the case.
No, because what it is you attacked with it.
Right.
So that was your action.
Okay.
You can take an attack action and then Misty Step away because it's not a spell
Yeah.
anymore. It's a melee attack.
Yeah, currently Shadow Blade is just
Attack.
up.
So now
Is it a
anytime you...
concentration? That's not a concentration, is it? Shadow Blade? I don't think it is.
Does it have a C next to it?
Yes, it is.
It is a concentration.
So-
Then I am going to need you to roll me a concentration check 3 times at DC's 10.
You gotta hit 3 times.
Okay.
You gotta hit 3 separate times. The DC is 10.
Add your con.
And which
Well,
one?
okay, 2 auto pass, and then what's your con? Your constitution modifier.
Con save is +2.
2 pass, 1 fail.
Alright, yeah, one hits you and you're able to hold on to the blade, the other hits you, you hold the blade, the final one, the pumpkin falls against you and you feel the flames across your face and you see this like shadowy mist.
You still have a staff.
Partial staff.
It's like a 1/8 staff now.
Still haven't gotten it replaced or fixed. Yeah, I'm just gonna misty step the fuck out of there.
Alright, we're going.
$20, $25, $30.
Yep, towards the big guys. Good idea.
I mean-
no, I'm kidding. It's fine. No, that's the best option for you right now.
Because if you go out of the clearing, you go somewhere else.
And then,
Maybe.
since that was a bonus, I'm going to fire a firebolt.
Okay.
Attack.
At what?
Yeah. Do the cherry.
All the way far cherry?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's besides the yellow M&M. That's the closest. Technically, that would technically be still coming towards me. That's 18.
18 hits.
Okay. The firebolt. 2d10. 10.
10 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you. All these zombies around you, you just lost your blade. Shit! And you missed just like your blade did. Turn back around. Launch a firebolt at the creature. It shoots like an explosive cannon blast. It slams into its head, and you just see as it's slithering towards you, the flames go around the side of its head. A little bit of dent in the squash.
Oh boy.
But still coming.
Oh boy.
At this point, are you done with your turn, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, you hear a loud clanking sound. Like metallic clanking.
Mm-hmm.
And it's coming from behind all of you.
Mm-hmm.
You hear this. Suddenly hear, "Ha my friends!" As Bardur rushes through the trees and lunges at this one.
You were right. He's gonna have fun.
That's a brilliant idea, thank you. I miss playing Bard. I miss it so much.
Wait, you totally did this because Alex said that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I'm just imagining like.
Oh shit.
It is a dream.
That one, and that one. Oh, he can do the thing I haven't done in forever!
Can he?
Yes. Yes, he can.
Yeah, I think you're the only one who knows what thing he.
Well,
speaking
Alec
of, 'cause
would.
I have no idea.
No, this is a whole different thing.
Jeremy
Oh.
and. Well, yeah, what? Between those two, yes.
I probably knows.
Half Pint and Sweeto now.
Yes. I need that one, I need that one, I need that one.
Oh my god, Crit Rollcast is in costume.
Yes.
Sam is a ketchup bottle.
Oh, thanks for stealing the idea from Dan Avidan, Sam. Jesus.
I mean, there was.
So Bardur rushes in with his axe, and it's he runs into the fray. And his flame ignites, and then it turns a deep, sickly green, and he just brings it down onto the pumpkin, slashing right through his pumpkin skull, and the flame goes over to this other pumpkin at the same time.
Hey, green flame bomb! I love that spell.
How did Bardor get a high... That I know how. Because we rolled shit.
Did a what? Oh, higher.
Get a higher initiative, and then I'm like, wait, he probably rolled pretty well.
I just have a 10. Middle ground. And
Better
then,
than us.
And then Bard gets to do the thing that got him killed. He gets to make a dexterity saving throw.
Hey.
Nice. This one
Oh, because Spodey pumpkin.
knocks. Well, it's actually knock him back, but it's like explodes basically in his face. And he takes 7 fire damage. Jill,
I
Go.
just realized.
Till is going to drop Hunter's Mark
drop it all together.
and is going to go ahead and aim at... I don't think it really matters, so I'm going to do the one that I had Hunter's Mark on.
Okay.
And is going to...
Wait, which one blew up
shoot.
that one real quick?
Huh?
I said, which one blew up that one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So he takes... Okay. I did math in my head.
17.
Yes.
Alright.
Wait, are you shooting with your bow?
I'm shooting with my
Okay.
bow.
Okay.
And I am going to do Hail of Thorns,
Nice.
which is a dexterity save of 12. For everything within a 5-foot radius. of
That guy?
This guy,
Yeah.
so it would be
And then
this
that
guy,
guy, and
that
that
guy,
guy.
and that guy too.
Oh, yeah, shit, you're right. What was it?
Dexterity save of 12.
Fail.
Fail? Nice. So that is an extra d10 piercing damage for it. So 2. And that one's already taken damage?
No, orange has.
Orange has, okay.
I guess he should have taken damage too. Because he was in 5 feet. Yes, he has taken damage.
Colossus Slayer.
Okay.
So everybody gets 4 damage,
Okay.
and then he gets 18 damage.
18.
That doesn't include the 4.
Okay.
Sweet.
So he takes 18.
Good pumpkins.
How many did each of them take?
4. Didn't roll very high.
Your Colossus Slayer goes into that one, and again, you shotgun its skulls. The fire, he explodes around everybody, just like the huge hole makes it just go every which direction. It goes, which causes a chain reaction, which causes this one to also go, which then causes that one to, which then causes that one to completely save, but still, to get enveloped in flames, but holds himself together. And you
good
see
job, that one.
as you fire, it is you, and then you watch as You may eat your 3 candies.
Sharing is caring.
Yay! Oh,
Aw, damn.
Sorry. I'll kill something for you. What are these things?
Peanut butter.
No, in the game.
Peanut butter. You can just,
Just
see
peanut
lights
butter
curling.
rolling at
Okay.
us.
Yeah, apparently you can just see flickering lights.
Yeah, that's scary. Okay.
Peanut butter.
Fire peanut butter.
And it's at the end of your turn.
I have one more arrow that I can fire. So that guy that saved
Oh,
is going to be shot at.
Okay.
Yeah? Either that or big guy. Let's work on what's in front of us.
Okay.
Piece of shit. That is definitely an 18.
That hits.
Yay. 8. That is 5 damage.
Okay. You hear the. It lands in the pumpkin. It's still kind of hobbling toward you.
And that's all I can do because I already used my bonus action.
I'm gonna fly. I guess fly. I'm a cell.
She's like a bird. She's
gonna fly away. Let me just wait and see what my fly speed is now.
She's gonna fly like an eagle.
Cool, I have a 6 foot
From the
fly speed.
trees, fly like an eagle. Keep those zombies away from the air. But you're gonna fly.
How tall is the tallest
That's
enemy?
what I was meaning to do.
The tallest enemy?
Yes.
Well, the ones in front of you are about humanoid size, about
Well,
5, 6, 5,
and
7.
The snake ones I
The
don't
snakes
see
are pretty low. They're only like 4 or 5 feet high, if that.
Okay,
It's just they're long.
and we don't see what's in the forest.
You can see lights. You can't tell the size.
Okay, I'm gonna go up 30 feet and over like the rest of myself. 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, I'll go over.
Okay.
So I'm 30 feet up. So that's 6.
You are 30 feet up, okay.
total.
Kind of.
I'm not sure that'll do, dude.
That'll do.
No, I have one that will do. Shut up. Stop.
Hallowen.
I'm on a coffin. That's so
Fitting. So fitting.
thematically relevant. Alright. That's it. I don't have any bonus actions. And that's my last spell.
Okay. Then it is 30.
Sorry, dude.
5. Technically, you're sharing the same space, but it is under you.
I'm sorry, Arthur.
I have a feeling I'm going down.
Well, I'm right there.
Okay. Till, what's your
15.
15? Arthur, take 1 point of damage. Or 2 points of damage.
Whoa!
As the zombie pumpkin kind of comes at you and more like gives you a hug than anything else.
What?
It like
You're
wraps
a
its arm
skinny
around you and
motherfucker.
you're just like, it's okay.
I'm down to 4.
Oh, Jesus. I don't have any potions, do you?
I have.
Until you take 3
You have what?
I have
points of damage.
Oh.
Shit. Till's the only one with any healing.
And Bard.
I have.
Bard's good?
Bard can't long distance heal, but he carries potions and can heal
Oh,
himself.
okay.
Only thing I have is a proficiency in medicine. But
You know, I've got that too.
Yeah.
I can...
Yeah, I got.
Yeah, well, hopefully
Okay,
our
touchy
wizard
touch
is
shield.
learning to stop going closer to the bad guys
Yeah,
rather
yeah.
than further as Mr. Glass Cannon.
Yeah, you should get away on your next turn, dude.
These guys.
You can still Misty Step, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you
I
should,
can do it 2 more times.
you should get behind our door.
Where can I? 5, 15.
What is this music?
You sound like Lindsay.
It does sound like Lindsay, but it's not a song I know.
Because this is nothing like Lindsay. This is Apocalyptica.
Oh, hey, I remember them cellos.
Yep, electric cellos.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I used to listen to their Metallica covers a lot.
That's really what got them big. I've been
It
listening to
was.
them pretty much since back in those days.
Yeah.
Their new albums are gorgeous.
They don't dance though, so
Because they're sitting there cellos, like hard to dance with a
dance
cello.
around a cello. You could like pole dance on a cello.
I mean, they headbang with a cello. Does that count?
I
They
guess.
lean over their cellos and they fucking headbang in front of their cellos.
Yeah.
And with that, top of the round, Arthur.
I'm Misty stepping the fuck out.
No, Misty fuck is about right. I Misty the fuck out of there.
Yeah. So it's 5, 15,
15, 20, 30.
and then I walk the rest of the way. 5, 10, 15,
Your AC is 11, correct?
20, yeah.
As you are walking past the one that has not actually engaged with Bardur in combat yet,
Oh god.
it kind of falls against you, trying to swipe, giving you a whole 2 damage.
2. Okay. And then from here, can I use the bonus action again? This is that cast. I'm going to cast Firebolt on the purple dum dum pop.
Okay.
Don't call it names.
Yeah, that is Grape Murder Serpent, thank you very much.
I didn't know that. Great murder serpent. Okay, attack. 17.
17 does hit.
Okie doke. And 2d10s. 6.
6 damage? Okay.
And that will end my turn.
Alright. And now it is Bardur. Bardur goes, fuck you.
It's just we got a tank. Finally. Ish.
A tank that inflicts self-harm.
Yeah, man, Bloodhunter's just dying all over the place.
Bloodhunter's dying all over the place.
Y'all
It's
just-
not
they'll
a
die.
lengthy.
Honestly.
Their careers aren't very long. The fact that he's 200 is pretty impressive.
Hit a hide.
Wally.
I mean, he had a hide in a mansion for 100 years, so.
Wally was 2.
Huh?
Wally was 2. Talking about Bloodhunter careers not being
Yeah,
very
2.
long.
Yeah.
He was 2 years old.
Sort of. Molly has a personality.
Molly was 2 years old.
Yes. True.
Lucian was probably in his 30s.
So that one has been hit by his
What?
own boom jam, so that does actually cause him to go kaboom.
Oh no. Please don't hit me in an area of effect blast.
Yeah, bar natural ones.
Bard. You're 30 feet up in there. You're fine.
Yeah, you're fine. As far as you know.
Isn't the radius on a firebolt 30 feet?
Pretty much.
That's not. We're.
It's 20?
Fireball?
Yeah.
20 feet radius.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, hey, I can see the M&Ms now. The peanuts. What are they?
You can see small squash. I wouldn't say small. They're like a good 1.5
I did say so. Okay.
about 1.5 with these large bat wings
Oh,
charging forward.
they can fly.
They've got little
Great.
claws in the bottom. All they have are wings and little claws.
The flu bats.
Yeah, they're kind of like swool bats. Yeah, they're like swool bats. I'll give you that. They're like swool bats. Yeah, so that one explodes. You got Jip.
You got jits?
Because you gave all the ones through.
I ate it.
Okay, there's
Also,
peanut butters and dum-dums.
I feel like that's one of those words that's not great.
Lollipop.
You're right, it is that one.
It's not.
You got.
Yeah.
There's another word that's similar to that, and I can't remember what it was. But that's what I know.
Jilted.
You got jilted? I like that. Jilted.
I
You
don't
got
know if
jilted.
that's quite, and that's something we usually use to describe bad relationships, but yeah.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think-
Yeah,
I
you
think
had a
we
bad
also
relationship with
mean
M&Ms.
cheated out of M&Ms.
Yeah, you got in a bad relationship with
And
M&Ms.
left, yeah, left you at the altar.
Yeah, they
Anyway.
did. They did. So now it is Pill.
Kill.
I'm gonna go ahead and fly up about 30 feet as well, following her lead.
I want you to roll me a wisdom.
Uh-oh.
Check.
Yes, check.
10.
Yeah, with that roll, you're still pretty damn sure this is real life and flying is totally normal for a bird. So yeah, you're able to.
Alright.
Wait, so if he succeeds on a wisdom check, is he gonna stop being able to fly?
Mm.
Don't think too hard about it, man.
I don't. I'm very much go with the flow.
So you up into the air.
Up in the air.
40 feet, you say?
30. About the same height.
Didn't it just not work?
No, the other one
Yeah,
didn't work.
you.
Different coffee.
No, the other one didn't work. Okay. So that one I gotta do that. Okay. Yeah, it's really top heavy. Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and fire at that one.
Okay.
Hunter's Mark first. So I cast Hunter's Mark.
Hunted.
And, oh, okay. And then going to shoot.
Do.
Yes, Alec? What was that number, Alec? That's a 1, Alec.
Yeah, it is.
Danke.
And another 10.
Oh, that's good. So not only do you miss with the arrow and it kind of goes a little far off, but then just the strength of the bow, as you're very, very familiar, bows curve back around when you fire them. And you then have to back around. This is a very, very normal thing. So you go to, and as it curves around, it smacks along your arm, and you're just, for some reason, it startles you as you're in the air, and you drop the bow.
Piece of shit.
What's his fly speed?
Same as the walk speed. I don't know, what's the fly speed on the fly spell?
60 feet.
Your speed is 60 feet.
Oh, neat.
Well, that means you
That
can
is
move
literally
like
the
that.
only flight he has context for, so that's the only thing his brain knows.
Can I try and grab it?
Yeah, you got a fly speed of 60 feet, you totally can.
Alright. That's a 2.
That's a 2. You dive down for the bow and you try to do like a cool fucking arc to grab it and you just
Just
misses.
You think about what you've done.
Dice jail.
Your hand just misses it unfortunately as you dart back up into the sky.
Alright. And so that's been the rest of my action, or can I Well, I guess I'll pull out my sickle and my mace.
Okay.
And as I miss it, I guess I'll land down and sickle and mace this guy. If
You've
I'm
already spent your
able to.
actions.
Already spent actions. That's fine.
You only have movement left.
So then I'm gonna stay up high.
Okay.
And that is all I can do.
Cool.
I was useful.
Since I'm 60 feet above this snake thing, like, it doesn't count as, like, melee range disadvantage, whatever. Cool, I'm gonna hit it.
Yeah, no, you are further than fucking 5 feet away from it by far.
Okay, I'm gonna snipe, the one that's right under me.
Okay.
That is a 25
Hits.
and a 12.
Misses.
Okay.
You see Ash bust out a fucking Vegeta.
That's 7 points of force damage.
Yep.
And seeing that these things can fly.
The little bats are about 15 feet up, so you're much higher than them currently, but they're like bumbling through the air basically. They're just much like a Zubat actually does. They're kind of every time they beat their wings, it actually makes them go down a little bit, and then when they lift it, it makes them go up a little bit. So they're kind of like bumbling through the air, but they're
Do
going.
I think that they're going to be able to fly as high as I can?
Don't know.
Okay.
Zubat Vincent from Gumball.
I'm gonna back up a little bit, so I'm gonna go back 5, 10, 15, 20, and then I'm gonna go up to 40 feet. So
Okay.
another 10, so that's 30 feet of movement, but I'm not gonna take the rest of it. So I'm at 40 feet up.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my turn. I don't have bonus actions without my spells.
I am just going to do a thing denoting.
You're
Oh, that's smart.
feet up. You're 30 feet up.
And now it is guys' turn.
What?
You look like
Well,
you're
now there's
like,
really only one
have
target
you
for
ever
both
seen
these
the
assholes.
joke about pouring an energy drink into your coffee and saying I'm about to die?
Oh no, my band teacher in high school used to do that all the time.
It's the worst.
What?
It's so bad for
Mr.
you.
Gene, he would pour 2 Red Bulls into his coffee every morning.
That's so bad for you.
And it was literally like the effects of watching someone
Gene Daddy.
do.
Excuse me?
That was his nickname, was Gene Daddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That you can blame the jazz rock class for that.
Okay. Well,
'Cause That's
okay.
what they would
It's
call him.
alright.
kind of-
That's
It's spilled out to
hip
all
cap
other.
jive talk. not-
Pretty much the rest of the
Modern
story.
slang.
Bone Daddy.
Yeah, that's the jive talk, not modern slang. That's okay. Oh Lord, they're all closing in on you guys. That's so fun.
Oh fuck!
Or Papa Reeds.
No, there's a
Papa Reeds, yeah.
there's a post on.
He ain't there anymore.
I think it's
He isn't? He moved?
Uh,
Or no,
He
he
moved.
switched schools?
He moved. I don't know if he's.
I deliver his mail.
Two of them are.
4. I got 1 more left. Okay.
he's just gonna pop
So-
back up. Yeah, I mean, I
Purple murder snake
Deuces.
goes up with its weird turnip head, and you're gonna see the skin of the turnip like crack open, revealing these giant like flaming fangs, and it comes down on Bardur. Bardur's just barely able to like hold up an arm. It just grabs into its arm, and then you see him grin, and he points at the creature. What's that spell that he never uses enough, but he really should more
Hellish
often?
Rebuke.
Blood Mallet bit.
No, Hellish Rebuke.
It's one of the only damage dealing reactions. So
Yep, it is.
spells. So.
What is Blood Maledict again? That's the
I have 2 of them.
disadvantage.
Well, I have 2 of them. I can either impose disadvantage on a melee attack, or I can impose disadvantage on a spell that requires an attack roll. Depending on which maledict I choose. So So that is 2
Capacity eyelets.
D10 fire damage. Damn! Cool. So this thing bites around him, and you can see flames licking along his arm. You see him grin as the flames get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then they grow dark and engulf the fucking great turnip murder machine who likes grape dum-dums.
Is it dead? You should eat it. You killed it.
I don't like grape dum-dums.
No. Also have now lollipops.
That one died!
Yay!
This was a snake.
That was a snake.
Now it's a snack.
Ah!
I hate you. I'm kidding. No, that was good.
And that one
I
fucking
think
missed like a
it's great.
motherfucker. Top of round, Mr. Arthur.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you just get dew in your eye?
Yep.
Wow.
Because when I did a slight spit take and back into my thermos, it bounced right back into my face.
Nice!
As you could say, I nat one that shit.
Aw, shit.
You're learning the lingo!
I'm learning.
Oh. He's made great steps. He got behind the beefiest character.
Yeah.
I did not tell him to do that.
I sat there and I was sitting there and was thinking, that was probably the smartest move I've made, but I also have a bad feeling about this. And I was somewhat right, because now they're still...
Hey, at least they didn't attack you.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I have a really good feeling about this, you guys.
I'm going
Yeah.
to... I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt on that one.
On that one,
That one. That'd technically be 30 feet, wouldn't it? Or am I just out of
he's
the
right in 30 feet range.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt, hit DC. I have a +6 on that.
Yeah, so you have to roll a hit.
Okay.
And if you hit, things go really well for you.
Okay, so that'd be 17.
That's 17 hits.
Duke.
So you roll your, what, 2d10?
Uh,
2d12?
1d12.
You're level
6.
6, so shouldn't that be 2?
Well, it depends on what level he's
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm
I'm a
casting
warlock,
on
so they
first.
all just kind of cast the same level,
Right.
so, okay.
I'm casting on first level. So
Okay.
1d12.
1d12.
Be this one.
It's okay.
A 9.
9? Okay.
9.
Yeah, so you kind of peek out from around Bard and hold up your staff and just Pikachu that shit. You hear the squeaking Zubat. Or Swoobat, whichever. It's kind of both, but also a pumpkin boot at the same
Is
time.
it dead yet?
It is not dead yet.
No, it's not dead. And I feel I should move, but I know if I do that, I'm gonna be fucked.
Also, your Witch Bolt will.
Oh yeah, you'll lose
Yeah.
The moment you leave range, and you lose Witch Bolt.
Oh yeah, that's right.
it. Well, Bard's turn is next, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I'm gonna stay put. That'll end my turn.
Okay. Bard sees the group of people, and he actually uses his action to pull out his shield and goes into a defensive. He can't because that's an action to do that. He pulls out his shield. That's his action. And he does not have any bonus. Oh wait, yes, I think he does actually. Is that a bonus? That is also an action. Damn. That is also an action. Yeah, that's all Bard does. He pulls out a shield. Now it's Till.
Got my mace and sickle because my
Bow's on the ground.
On the ground.
Roughly 30 feet below you.
I'm gonna go ahead and
I don't think that's me. I think that's you.
fly
Hey,
down and attack this move.
That little guy?
Move my hunter's mark.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and move my hunter's
Move it
mark
there,
to
okay.
there and attack my hunter mark guy. So this is with the mace. Because I get 2 attacks.
Correct.
So,
Yeah, you still have 2 attacks.
because I 16,
16 hits.
and then with the sickle, that's in that one.
Oh, that's a nut. Roll the 20 quick.
Yeah. But with that mace, plus hunter's mark, 10 damage. So
10.
on my first attack.
Now it has been hit before by a firebolt for 8, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, okay.
So it's still good.
It is still
It's
good.
still up. That was a 19, and then it rolled over to a 17.
Either way, you're fine, yeah. You just missed.
And then so I'm 30 feet down, and I guess I could probably only get 20 feet back up, right?
Seems about right.
Give or take. Okay. I can do it. I can't do it.
Everything's near God, you cursed me.
Haha.
Curse
If
of
I
the-
can't do it, no one
the
can!
curse of the meeple. Ah ha ha! Success.
damn barometric pressure.
And is that the end of your turn?
That is all I can do.
Then it is Ash's turn.
Which of the 2 cherry lollipops is taking the most damage?
The hunter.
I mean, it's kind of hard for you to tell.
Which one looks the worst?
Probably the one that's been marked.
Okay. Let's see if we can get rid of it.
Let's see if I can eat it.
Can I eat? Okay. Anyway, 19 and 15.
Hits and hits.
And 14 plus 14. They're the same. So that's 28.
28 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I need to. Hits. Oh. Damn it, Bard.
Oh no, these ones explode too.
Okay, this one, if you cast your, Vegeta Blast here, its whole body kind of starts to writhe and shake on the ground like one of the snakes who pretends to be dead. And you see the squash on its head, kind of where its mouth is, start to kind of arc all the way back, and then just. Also goes hits him too. Let's see if it actually hits him. It does. You see Bard holds up his shield and almost gets knocked back from the force of the blast. Makes him. Yeah, he will explode.
Sorry, Arthur, I wasn't thinking this through. to stop them from hitting us again.
No, he is fine. Bards has to roll again.
How well did that go?
Okay.
It's the pirate encampment all over again. But
I didn't do it that time.
Reverse order.
Yeah, karma.
Yeah, right?
Honestly, that's fine. So he explodes, takes him out, he explodes. Bard sees it starting to shake and immediately turns and forces his shield against his head and it just around his shield. So you technically killed that.
Did you just try to roll that like a die?
I did. And you also killed that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Sorry.
move it on to the next big guy, so.
Once again. Oh, right, yeah, right, so let's put it there now. It's not Hunter's Marked currently, for anybody who cares about marks on things.
That was not an attempt to kill steal, that was just an attempt to remove the most
I don't
likely
care.
to
It
die.
wasn't an attempt to kill
I
steal,
am
it was an
not
attempt to
a
I
kill
want a
steal.
goddamn dum-dum.
No, it wasn't. It was that there was two really big things closing in on Squishy.
So that was
nice.
And
Ash's
Bard.
turn.
Yeah,
Okay.
my turn. I'm not gonna move. I'm good.
You're good?
Okay, there. That's some bullshit. Starting the game with 3 HP. Rested. Got all my HP back, now I'm down to 2. Oh, son of a.
You're 40 feet up.
Mm-hmm.
So you see these two coming toward you, their bumbling movements. They're going forward, no problem, but then they start to climb up towards you, but you can tell it's a much slower process to go up than it is to go forward. So they're not able to get the full 40 feet up to you, but they are slowly making their way.
Okay.
Okay, so first regular pumpkin zombie. Totally misses. Giant cherry murder snake. Totally misses. Arthur hits.
God damn it.
And hits. The good rolls went to Arthur. Why couldn't they have gone to Bard?
Yeah.
But the problem is, this is going to affect Bard as well. No, not this one, no. So they come at you. They're about 15 feet up, and you see these things kind of doing this towards you.
Dick.
And they go kind of, yeah, fuck you. And they go kind of over you, and then just fall.
Oh no! They're going to explode.
And they, both of them roughly at the same time, splatter onto your body and immediately ignite.
Oh, god damn. Karma!
Roll me a dexterity saving throw. It's probably not gonna matter, but we'll see if Bard can avoid that.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
Cool. So you'll only take half of this damage.
If they're both 1, that's not gonna matter.
Bard will take the full brunt of the one, but not the other. Well, I mean, I guess technically you can roll dexterity saving throw twice because there are 2 of them.
Yep.
If you care, you're at what, 2 health?
I'm at 2.
Okay, yeah, you're down no matter what.
Yeah.
You will be taking fucking 7 points of fire damage. And Bard also takes 7 points of fire damage.
Why is it then? I only roll a nat 20.
So you are down?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
down. I'm...
At least it happened after the big snake's turn.
On the plus news, though,
Like, oh,
you
they're
get
gone.
tasty peanut butter
I
M&Ms.
love peanut butter.
No.
As Ash is sitting there like, do I let them hit me? Arthur, you are up.
Alright, you little bitch. Nat 20 again.
Alright, you'll be up immediately.
Oh my
Isn't that 20?
Yeah!
You are conscious at 1 hit point. You're still on the ground, but you immediately stabilize and have 1 hit point.
Pull that down.
Ah! Hey, is that pumpkin pie smell?
One fly.
Pumpkin pie.
With a hint of toast.
Bard is going to use his brand new ability
Right when I needed it.
to heal himself for 6 points.
Not that bad.
Not that bad at all. 1d10 plus fighter level.
Wait, Phil, are you down or did you just fall off the thing?
He just
No,
fell.
I just fell.
When the pumpkins were bumbling, it made him fall. It's very mesmerizing. Still holding his shield, Bard then reaches down and he just grabs you and lifts you back up to your feet.
Okay.
He says, backpack, right pouch.
Oh,
Backpack, right path.
Backpack, right pouch.
he's probably got a potion in there, bro.
And then that was his action. He has no bonuses. Well, he used his bonus. And he used an action to get your ass up. So Till.
I'm gonna fly down and grab my bow.
Okay, go ahead and make me a dexterity check. Unless you're just gonna land on the ground and pick it up.
Nah.
Okay. So you're not for it.
I'm having fun flying. What is it?
Dexterity
Check?
check. Remember,
Not
saving?
acrobatics or
No, because you
Alright.
are not trying to avoid a thing or do something cool.
19.
You are literally trying to
No,
grab
19.
something from the ground. Yeah, you're able to swoop down and grab your bow. No issue this time.
and it's equipped.
But you may still move if you wish.
I'm gonna go.
I will actually say. I want to say picking something up off the ground is a free action.
It's your one object interaction.
One object interaction.
Yeah.
So you still have an action.
Oh, okay. Neat.
Because you moved.
Neat.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, you had your roll was high enough. I would consider that an object interaction. You were just grabbing while moving.
Actually, can I change my mind on the hunter's mark?
Nope, you already marked him. Like a turn ago.
No, because it was this turn was my bonus action that I moved it.
We just put it there because.
Right, and then he moved ahead of time. That's right. Yeah, then you can decide where you want it now.
Yeah. Boop. That one over there that's heading up. And I am going to fire at that one.
It's like sticking fat pigeons out of the air.
Yeah, a little bit.
8 plus 8 is 16.
16 hits.
Alright. That is
Oh.
2. Hunter's mark.
And notes now.
12.
12 points.
Yeah.
You move your hunter, so you do your little arcane magic to switch your hunter's mark over. As you grab an arrow, and it shoots the pumpkin, and you hear it go. You may eat your.
What's the area of the explosion?
It is 10 feet, and they were not able to get close. And they're about. These just out of range of you. They're about 25 feet out.
Are these flying as well?
He is not. Those two are.
Okay.
He is just slow.
I'm gonna go ahead and fire at the next flying one there.
Okay. Okay.
Can't do hunt. I already moved my hunter's mark, so gotta wait till next turn. 13 13?
13 misses.
13 misses. Yep, 13. Alright, that's all I can do.
Okay. Ash.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go up a little bit. I guess I'll go up to 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
See me fly up.
Hi. Thank you. I'm gonna fly over here and maintain my height. I'm not going up or down. And mostly just in case. And
My
I'm
secret identity, no. I put my mask up.
It was you all along, Alec.
Wait, why were we playing with Jeremy this whole time? What?
I'm gonna try and shoot the big snake again.
Okay.
You'd be more useful than me.
Oh.
12 and 11.
Both miss.
Ouch.
Alright. Let's see, how many did we remove?
Well, my job here is done.
Yeah.
I'll just go over this way.
No, I'll stay where I am.
Okay.
I said that's my turn.
Alright. 15. 5. 15. 15. 20. So 15. Got math. Yeah, they get about 30 feet up. And then those guys all attack the bottom door.
They get 30 feet up?
Yeah, they are 30 feet up.
Alright. So they're 10 feet under.
Yeah, so you can see them coming at you. They're really quickly through the air. But then when they get to roughly where you are, you see them very slowly start to slowly going up. You can tell it's a chore for them to go up.
You're such sad little things.
All right, misses. Thank God. That's a nat 20. Good. That's good.
I really just want to, like, push them down.
Just the thing where you like hold out your hand.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's trying to catch it.
You can if you want to.
I just, like, push them down to the ground and then fly back up. And then just push them down to the ground and fly back up. Because their trigger is literally falling. From what I understood of the two.
Or
that-
dying.
Fuck you. Yeah,
Um,
I was talking to.
Yeah, no, I caught that. I was like,
Okay.
what?
the one that natted Bard is actually going to Blood Curse of the Eyeless. You see his eyes go black as the flames in the pumpkin's eyes suddenly just go out completely.
Oh, neat.
And it has to attack again, and everything misses. So all these things are coming at Bard, and one looks like it's right on course, and the flame suddenly from its eyes, and it just goes way wide. And that is all of them. So top of round. Arthur with your 1 hit point.
Okie dokie. So I'm going to take Bard's advice or whatever he said,
Mhm.
which was backpack, right pouch.
Correct. Roll me a quick investigation.
Investigation.
Yep.
He said quack!
That's it, quick! You died, yeah.
13.
13? Yeah, you're able to quickly reach in there, and you do feel a number of potions.
Oh boy.
Grab one. Just grab one.
I grab one.
Roll me a d20.
A D20.
And it's set or a d20. Go for it.
8.
8. You do grab out a small potion of red liquid.
Let's hope it's health.
What kind of drugs
Down.
are
No
that?
labels or anything?
Bard
Okay.
does not label his potions.
Eh, fuck it. I knock it back.
Go ahead and heal 1d4 plus 2.
1d4.
2d4 plus 2.
2d4?
Yep.
Plus 2. 1 plus 2. 3. And then
No, so you roll 2d4 and
2d4.
add 2 to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Total.
So 1,
2. So 3.
3,
So 5.
5.
So you heal 5 points.
Yay!
Back to full.
Not far off, I don't think.
Actually, I'm back to where I was in the pirate encampment.
Nice.
Right before you went down, you mean?
After I got back up.
Oh.
Yeah. And then do you move it all, sir?
You should move. You should move.
Yeah.
Yeet the hell out of there.
You could run off behind Tail.
I very well couldn't.
Or run to your right, underneath Ash.
Oh, right. I'm not actually there.
Yeah, she's far up in the air.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna-
save my
I'm
last.
still trying to boom that thing, so you should get out.
Yeah,
Kind of boom shakalaka.
I have 1 misty step left, so I'm gonna save that.
Probably gonna do.
I'm going to move.
Wait until the actual battle starts.
1, 5.
Oh, don't worry. We know
No,
that
you
you're
can go
playing
straight
something
to-
much bigger.
5. So I am occupying right under
Okay.
Ash.
Okay, sounds good.
Really? That's all you want? You got. Okay. Okay.
Alright. And then
Uh-huh.
Bard is up, and he is going to Green Flame Blade again.
It's fine.
For all of the fucking die. I don't have deeds.
Yeah.
Definite hits. So I need another d8.
Oh, these are good D8s, so yeah. Offer them.
These are Bard d8s.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Bard dealing multiple d8s.
Good D8s versus bad D8s. As in attacking us.
Yeah.
With D8
No, oh,
damage.
yeah, no, I know.
Which is why I was saying yes, offer them because they're good D8s.
Oh,
not
yeah,
bad
as opposed
D8s.
to, yeah, no, I'm not gonna
Nice.
let the enemy
On my
use
brass
D8.
damage
Right.
die. Max damage on the brass damages. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18,
Brass
19,
damage
20,
sounds
21,
like
22,
like
23. 23 damage to him. And then etc. fire damage
All
to
about
other
brass.
one. 4, 5, 6, 7. So Bard, yet again, has his shield up, and you see the flame on his axe growing deep green, and he just into the side of its head. The flame shatters through the squash head, and you see the flames just over to the skeleton next to him.
So the squashy's dead? Sneaky
He
dead?
absolutely is dead, but let's see what happens here, shall we?
Boom!
Yep. Good. Good. That is that one. No, that one is that one. And does Bard avoid this? Because that's a lot of damage. Nope.
Bard dies for a second time.
Woo!
Right in front of that!
And then I need to check for
And
him.
Yeah, but I'm more worried about my character.
No, Bard's fine. Bard's totally fine. Until somebody casts Fireball right next to him.
Yeah, not gonna happen this game.
Okay, so
All out.
that one lives, no problem.
That's the only
I
reason.
can't.
I want to!
So yeah, Bard comes in with the flame. You see the green and orange licking along his axe. He slams it in, causing the squash to explode. Green flame shooting out like a shotgun blast into the other one. The other one's, the whole body just erupts and as well. So he explodes, and then he explodes. I don't know who wants those.
I'm good. I just had one.
He did just have one. And Bard takes 12 points of fire damage. Barney's fine. He's at 1/4 his health. He's fine.
Oh, we killed most of them.
And that is all he can do. So, Chili.
Hunter's mark. The one closest to me.
Where'd you put on?
You.
You put it
Did I grab
You,
Yeah.
you grabbed it.
Oh, I moved it somewhere. Okay. I mean, they're both the same to you, whatever.
This is good. I just need to do another one. 16.
Hits.
Yay. So is that taking damage?
No, he's not.
14 damage.
14 damage. Okay.
Is that it? Doesn't.
It does not fall off.
Oh, okay.
It has been damaged now, though.
All right.
I also am gonna check real
Another
quick.
shot.
It falls down 5 feet when you shoot it.
Okay. Another shot at it. That is a 16 plus 8.
Hits.
With Colossus Slayer, because why not?
Overkill, the battle.
$21 damage.
Oh, piece of shit, dumbass rolls. So you him, and he kind of is able to stay on spot, and then actually, it's very, very small. Actually, it's just more of kind of a shoots him, hits him for a couple damage. You may enjoy your candy.
Okay. And
Yeah. We're all primed to just convert shots on that one fucker.
we got another
Oh, we got
one.
another one. Oh,
Yeah, no, there's one more grounds on it.
boring.
And that's all I can do.
Hey, Ash,
Hey.
your turn.
Yay. Who do I kill? I guess I'll shoot the one that's not gonna explode in Bard's face.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 17 and 26.
Both hit.
I mean, an 18 and a 26.
So you're shooting one in the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
8 and 9. No, 8 and 6.
Which is 14.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you shoot it.
No boom?
No, but it does get knocked back 10 feet.
No boom. Okay, well,
As it
that's my turn.
You see its soul slowly die a little
You
bit
see it
more.
realize that it's about to die.
The flame inside of its face is very, very dim now.
You
It's not
almost
even
see
looking at the
like
holes
a
anymore.
flicker of flame roll down
single,
like a
single
tear.
lava tears.
As his light flashes before its little pumpkin eye.
I was more saying that it's sad that it got pushed back and now it has to exert more effort to
I
come
don't
out.
No,
know.
because now it has to go forward. It's fine with that.
It knows
That's
it's gonna die.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I don't think I can do anything else.
Oh. Bye, Bard!
Whoa!
Maybe.
I hope not.
So that one, kind of, and then goes above Bard, and then starts diving toward it, and Bard's just able to be like, no, and like use his shield to like deflect it off, and it kind of like ramps down to the ground, just rolls along the ground, and kind of sits there, gets back up. But the other one goes to hit
Bad!
Bard.
No trying to blow me up.
It's
And
like,
misses.
it's like the little pumpkin in Steven Universe.
A little bit, yeah.
The one that
It's a little bit like
Alex
pumpkin.
and Perry got adopted.
Hey, Arthur.
Hey, Arthur.
Hey, Arnold!
Both have damage.
Both have been damaged. Both look pretty fucked up, actually. And by that, I mean, like, you can barely see the lights inside of their various squash heads.
Any move I make against them, if I kill them, it's gonna have repercussion.
Bard's fine.
Percussive repercussion.
Bard's fine.
Percussive damage.
Not bad, not bad.
That's that.
Okay.
Oh, man.
What is? Oh, hey,
Yeah, your
that's
pumpkin.
Cool.
Streetlight Manifesto.
Did you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
What's that?
awesome.
That's that.
You know, I
pumpkin in there.
recognize it. I've been staring at it for weeks now.
Oh, I didn't know you were staring at it for weeks now. Jesus.
Anywho, even though I'm occupying that same
Sure.
space.
Just kill Bard again, it's fine.
It's only Dream Bar.
No, it's
That you
not.
know of.
It's not a dream. I don't know what you're talking
It's totally
about.
real Bard, according to them.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt again
Okay,
on the green one.
okay.
So attack.
Alright, hold on. It did dive and then ended up on the ground. No! Ash! No, Ash!
Stop killing my warlock!
Throws it across the room.
It is currently on the ground. Well, on the ground, basically, but yeah.
Yeah. Witch Bolt. 16.
16 hits.
Nope. And 12 will be this one. That is a 1.
Nice. You dealt 1 point of damage to the little thing.
Useful.
Let's see. I move 5 feet. I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay. It is now Libardor's turn. Libardor is actually just going to try to get away. 10, 15, I'm going to go 20 feet. It's going to try to attack him. And crit fails. He goes to Bard quickly moves out of the way, but unfortunately it was kind of like leaning on his armor trying to attack him, and so he moves away and just on the ground. And then Bard's being seeing you shoot cool little energy beams all damn night, so he's gonna do it too.
Mine are not little.
Bards are not quite as large as yours, but you know,
Not nearly.
there's the things. Long distance, he is now considered prone, so that is... disadvantage, so that's 18 or bigger than 18. And then the second blast, that one's probably gonna miss. No, it won't actually. Or same roll. Yay! D10. D10. Yep, D10. Yep. Mark for 14 damage. So all these cool energy beams flying through the air and shit. Bard is like, I want to do that too. I can do that too! And just swings his axe as these large, like, light bluish green tentacles like shoot from his axe. Just into the zombie on the ground. Making him explode. It doesn't matter. It's going to be harmless if he explodes because nothing is right next to him. but it just what's happening?
He lands on his face.
That is a maths 23 for my dexterity save.
They're rolling to hit because it's your turn. It's your turn.
I'll do that as well.
The little pumpkin dude is currently
Yeah.
not on the ground. He's kind of levitating right off of it, but he's still like ground level.
Hunter's mark moved.
Okay.
And does a 23 hit?
A 23 hits.
That is 13 damage.
This is perfect!
You may enjoy your critter
Yeah.
as this plus.
Yeah.
You know what would have been better? If you had Red Hots.
Or if I had some sort of pumpkin spice candy.
Yeah. Because God knows they
Oh my
probably
god,
had that out.
no. There are pumpkin. They make candy cane type things that are shaped like pumpkins. Yeah.
There's also just little pumpkin spice candies or candied pumpkins.
The
with spice.
candy corn pumpkins.
Yeah. That's what anyway. Okay. Things are dead now.
There is pumpkin bits just all over the ground. It smells quite wonderful in this clearing, actually. It smells like fall.
Well, that happened. Does anybody want to make a pie? No, just kidding.
I mean, a little bit, yeah.
I didn't. I am dreaming. I'm dreaming.
Hold on.
I go up and
Wait, I have to make a roll
high-five
for Bard real
Bard.
quick. I have to make a roll for Bard.
Go up to high five Bardor.
Was it wisdom I had y'all roll?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good, Bards are good at that, god damn it. Yeah, Bard knows this is a dream.
Does he say anything?
Did you say, god damn it, this is a dream?
And I said,
No.
Yeah, it's fine. This is true. Yeah, I mean, I said it under my breath. I don't know if he heard.
And
it
you're
or
also
not. I
40
didn't-
feet up in the air.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
you
think
are
he
also
would have
40
heard.
here.
I don't think he would have heard.
He does say quite out loud, this has been a very weird dream. Yeah! What?
It's still on the ground.
Yeah, Till's on the ground. I went to go give him a high five.
Well, I don't know if you went high five fucking still floating in the air.
No.
Well,
Okay.
even then, he wouldn't. It would only be door fight, so the fall probably wouldn't hurt him that much.
But actually, go ahead and roll me a wisdom. Saving throw. Because it matters.
You want me to roll one too?
That is a 4.
4. This is still totally real life, yo. Have you done anything to make
See, I
you
rolled my
wonder
con.
if this is real or not? Is any of this for real? Or not?
I'm gonna come down.
Is anything real, really? For the
I mean, I
realness
am a
of-
little bit curious as to why reality Bard is standing there after
Mhm.
learning that he was no more.
After learning that you.
After learning that you killed him, were you aware that you are why he died?
No, because I did not know he was up there
Okay.
when I had fired him.
Then no, because every battle you've been in has been, Bard's been front and center. This isn't too weird.
Even though I knew that he had died.
Well, but also till IRL knows that he can't fly, but in the dream he can fly. So
Yeah.
It's normal that I fly. I'm a bird.
I had him re-roll only because he was both flying and also high-fiving a dead character at the same time.
Okay.
Two things that his conscious mind absolutely
Do I
knows.
do 2 rolls?
No.
Okay, just 1.
The two very strange things at the same time. Shocking.
One for just this compounded cognitive dissonance.
Yes. So has Arthur done or seen anything that would have severely made his dream mind question it? Not your conscious mind, your dream mind.
In the
Yeah,
meantime.
no. Okay.
No.
Well, Arthur figures himself out. No, is that a no?
Yeah, no.
I'm
Not at the
gonna
moment.
just sort of walk up to Bard. We're not in battle mode.
You're not, no.
Moving us. But
Because look, it's creating a diorama.
Hello.
Aye.
Are you really here?
As here as anybody can be. It's weird for people to share dreams, but it's very nice that I'm not hearing strange, ominous whispers in the back of my head.
What?
No, the fucking axe thing. It's my patron, whatever. It's weird.
Right. You shouldn't be here.
Well, no, it's usually some very strange magic to share someone else's dream.
No, you died.
I'm sorry, what?
You died.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, yes, but this was months ago in some weird spell dream.
No, it wasn't. It was this morning.
I feel like I need a little bit of context here.
You're right, we are dreaming. We are on a ship outside a pirate stronghold.
Aye, that I recall.
Right, but do you recall the raid?
I vaguely recall the party splitting up, and then the glorious chaos of battle.
Yeah, you died.
I do not appear to be dead.
No. The queen did say that you were coming back.
The queen.
Yes,
Which one?
mine.
Which one?
The Raven Queen.
Oh, that one.
There's so many queens.
Would I know?
We know so many queens.
Soleil.
Well, it was either that one or the bitch one. Neither's really a good option.
No, that's true.
Would I know Raven Queen?
No, you would have absolutely no reason to know that name.
Really?
Hmm?
Okay.
Not given what he does for a profession in his past, he would have never heard that name before.
Okay.
Whereas you and I deal a lot with necromancers and dead
Yeah,
creatures on
yeah.
a regular basis.
Well, you've already seen my. I mean, he knows.
Also
my
that,
story,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe you got a new one. You don't know.
Right. So, you fell in battle, and then a dragon took you away. It said you might be able to. He might be able to bring you back, but
Well, now I know this is your dream.
where were you when you fell asleep, Battle?
I don't recall.
What's the last thing you do recall?
The last thing I recall is a very large creature. Human, I believe. Going to attack me. Quite successfully, but I held it back. Everything gets a bit hazy after that.
Smoky, maybe. Warm, very warm.
Well, yes, since I love smoky beard and my fire is quite warm.
Right, okay. No, I don't know how he died. I really want to, but I wasn't
No, yeah,
there.
you don't know how he
I
died.
wasn't there.
Yeah.
Cool. clue.
Well, we have a firm idea on how he died.
Yeah, I mean,
He was near a fire, and that's all you know.
but was he was on fire?
No, but he
No.
was just near it.
Oh.
His armor was
Did he
very warm because he was next to the
singe?
fire.
Did
But-
he look safe? He's got a big beard. I mean, and I was
He does.
messing with it. I would have noticed if it was.
I mean, a little bit, but there was also multiple chunks taken out of his armor.
Okay. Yeah. And we don't quite have the science for like pre-mortem, post-mortem burning.
We have very few clerics in the building.
We don't have temperance burning with us. Oh, that should be my next character. Anyway,
I think the real question here is, you said this is a dream. So you know this is a dream. So I have reason to believe that you and I are sharing the same dream. These two seem to be dumbasses who don't know what the fuck is going on.
yes, I
But
figured
you
that as
seem
well.
to be real, which is not a thing that should be happening.
I mean, unless I'm just dreaming that you're here telling me that you're dreaming. Ah.
Which is a very likely possibility. The same
What?
meta, and the same could be said for me. These two seem to be figments of one of our dreams. But you and I seem to know this is a dream, which dream people do not do. As far as I know, I'm not exactly a dream scientist.
I don't know. I've had some very, very weird dreams.
Aye, same. I will punch you in the face. Right in the phone.
There's a very big assignment due soon. My whole class is panicking. I am too, but I'm keeping the hold
Keep
on.
it together.
Keep hold
You have other things to panic about right now.
Get it together. Get it together. Get it together. Gwen. How do
Also, your bird vibrates on your shoulder.
Yeah, that's like a buckle. Is there a sign? Something we should be looking for? Something we can. We need help here. Any guidance? Thank you.
And then you hear very, very softly, like
Yeah.
a whisper in the back of your head. I've already given you your guidance. You must now act.
That door.
Yes.
I see your mace.
No.
Why not?
Because you may not.
Why not?
Because you may not.
I guess to check magic.
Okay.
What does it look like?
It is glowing like crazy. So is his axe, actually.
Yeah, fine. We can look at it.
As is his shield, for that fact. Is his shield?
What kind of magic
It's
is on the mace?
Magically
It's-
enhanced.
It is considered a magical weapon, but
It's not a weapon, it's armor. So is it
Or
magically
armor.
enhanced? Because that doesn't.
No, it's just really fine armor.
Okay. So it's not magic.
It's a +1 though, which is under the magic stuff, or +2, which is under all the magic.
So a little bit of abjuration
Blah, blah, blah.
to make it better at shielding or something.
Yeah.
But
It's
this
just a
mace.
very well crafted one. That's what I have as it.
But you see the flames casting his magic. You see the mace casting his magic. That school of magic. What would that be, actually? Invocation? Evocation?
There's no such thing as invocation.
I know, right? Well, that is a term, but yeah. Hold on.
Maybe
95 schools of magic.
It wasn't my classmates, it was my old D&D group, and the messages that made those vibrations. I have a desperate need to sculpt what she rolls into tiny creatures now.
It's
Oh, is that
it's
possible?
abjuration.
We can find out. Abjuration.
It's
On the
abjuration.
mace?
On the mace. It's abjuration.
Let's wait. Okay. This will be easier if I still had spells. How do I need to see that mace.
No,
Why not?
because I risked my life for it and multiple things have tried to kill me for it, so no.
Right, but if I can't see it, we might be stuck in this dream for God knows how long.
Until we wake
The
up.
mace is the key.
No.
I don't know what to do here.
Barb backs away about 5 feet.
You?
Actually start walking towards the clearing.
Okay.
Towards where we were coming out of.
Okay.
Like retracing the steps again.
Yeah.
So that was over here, right?
It was.
Yeah. And I kinda
Till walks away.
I don't leave yet, I just kinda say
chill at the end of the clearing.
You're standing away from her? What do you... You're just hanging out?
I'm offering.
He walks into the clearance and then kind of makes like a come hither motion.
I follow. But I keep an eye on Bard.
Barthel's looking a little skeptical at you and kind of stays where he is currently.
Come on. Gotta figure out some way to get out of this.
Yeah. Waking up. But I might as well enjoy it while I can. So he follows.
Alright, I'm following you.
I'm following.
Okay. Somebody goes to the clearing.
Mhm.
You appear immediately in a new clearing. Not a new clearing. A clearing with a giant fucking redwood tree in it.
I go to the redwood tree. I kinda sit down at it.
Roll me a perception.
Perception?
Mhm.
16?
In front of the tree, you see a very thin, bristly rug sitting in front of the tree.
Does the rug look familiar?
No. But there are words written on it.
Which read,
Please wipe your feet.
I'll walk up to it. I do so.
Okay?
Does anything happen?
I go look at what tells
I look at the trunk of the tree.
He's currently wiping his feet on a bristling mat.
I
It probably feels
the
pretty good.
mat, and I also look at the tree.
I look at the trunk. Does it look like there's any kind of like Slappy Squirrel-esque door or anything hidden on there?
Doesn't seem to be, no.
I still
look up.
detect magic up.
Hmm?
I still detect magic up.
You do.
I look also at the tree. Nothing.
It's a big tree. With a mat in front of it.
I look up.
Mhm.
Anything?
Big ass tree.
I knock on the tree.
Where?
Right in front of the mat. Right over the mat.
The door opens up, and you see a very nicely dressed woman sitting there. Well, aren't you all just the cutest little trick-or-treaters ever?
Oh my god.
And then you all wake.
As I was pulling my backpack to get candies.
You are all back aboard the ship. The sun is starting to rise. The cool ocean breeze, much, much warmer than the place you just were.
Oh, we just kind of.
So
Spells back. Just like.
Nothing, all of your stuff is still there.
Okay.
You've not actually lost any abilities, so whatever you consider yourself long rested right now.
okay, another long rest.
That's 2 of them, alright.
I immediately go looking for Till and Arthur.
I'm up just in the top, kind of.
Till!
Well, a little bit.
Roll me a wisdom.
Do I have to roll?
Save?
No.
Check.
Check.
17.
17. You have vague recollections of the very strange dream you just had.
Till, did you just dream about exploding pumpkin snakes?
You sure did.
Come down here.
Aye.
Come down here.
Arthur, also roll
Head
wisdom.
down. I jump and fly at no.
9.
9.
9?
You have a hard time recalling the dream. You know that it was weird and there was a lot of fire involved. You have a really hard time
Hard,
recalling details.
hard time recollecting. I got a headache.
I do. I
You just assume you're hungover.
Yeah.
You wake up.
You know,
and
all you know is there was some weird shit last night.
you wake up and in the bunk next to you, the hammock next to yours is little Dissa just passed out, like drooling, like ugly drunk sleep. And you remember her throwing a bottle at your head. All right.
Arya's in his pink apron wiping down the kitchen counter.
Yeah, he's up bright and fucking early doing that shit.
That was not just some dream.
Aye.
Tobin, do you know who the Raven is?
You can go ahead and roll a religion. Just to see if you can say that term.
Don't screw me.
The
Didn't
screw
screw
guild.
me.
No, when you say that, it always ends up bad.
I know, right?
20, not nat.
Not nat 20. You have definitely heard the name before. You know that she tends to be associated with the people who kind of hang around the swamps. Well, not everybody, but some people who wander through the swamps, but you don't really know like super details.
Okay.
There's a lot of dead things tend to be associated with her.
She, I serve her, more or less. And right before that weird pumpkin dream, I had another. She told me the bard was going to be coming back, and he's back. So, wherever he is, I think we need to find him. That was really him, I think, talking to us.
All we know now is we have to continue on without him the best we can.
Right, but what if he's important to all this? I guess he'll find us if he can. Arthur!
No.
You have just woken from wherever you fell asleep. You're a little groggy, but not like hungover groggy. Like I said, you can't remember the details of your dream.
Yeah.
You know it was a weird one, and there was
Right.
explosions involved.
Right. I make my way up to the top of the ship. Main deck. What?
Do you remember a strange dream?
Vaguely, I can't recall the details.
Were there exploding pumpkins in it?
Something rather.
Roll me another wisdom.
21.
21. Yeah, no, she says that they definitely were pumpkins that were exploding. Or at least some sort of squashy food.
And turnips.
A turnip, there's just one.
Something along those lines, yeah, that sounds pretty close. All I remember food attacking.
Yeah, we all had the same dream, I think. We had something like that happening before.
Not really. But I mean, you never know.
You never know
I
what.
mean,
When you might have a weird shared hallucination.
You never know.
You never know.
Magic.
I lost my train of thought.
Imagination.
'Cause
What is it?
I said I lost my train of thought. I was thinking more along the lines of deception, but I couldn't exactly get the thought across. Just because Arthur is proficient in the whole school of master of deception and whatnot.
Okay.
Right. Well, I don't think anyone else was there. Bado.
What?
The dream we all had. Bado was there. And I think he was really there. I think it was really him. But no one else on the ship was. Huh. Weird. I don't know. This is all a little bit disturbing.
Then why was it just
Yeah.
us and not?
Well, I mean, Meadow, we know why. But.
It's almost as if the rest of your party just wasn't all there, you know? So you couldn't really connect with them on some sort of deeper, higher level.
I don't know. I don't know. But I still think, well, I guess Butter will come back to us eventually.
Aye.
Eventually. I'm gonna go clear my head. And I walk off to the other side of the ship and...
You mean you're gonna go sit in a box?
No.
The sun, as you're all having this conversation, the sun slowly starts rising a little bit higher, a little bit higher. And you hear and you see a bronze creature fly over the island, do a little circle, and then fly toward your ships.
Son of a bitch.
And it lands right on to one of the ships that's docked near you, knocking over its main mast, just the whole thing kind of rocking back and forth a little bit under its weight. And it rises up. And that's what we'll leave tonight.
Is there a dwarf on it?
Roll me a perception check.
Roll for dwarf perception.
Roll for dwarf check.
Oh, it's not a 20. Oh, my goddamn 20.
25.
I would say does this look like the same one, but I'm gonna
19.
wait until.
19. You do not see a dwarf upon it.
Okay.
Alright,
Alright.
good game, guys.
Good game. Good Halloween
Yeah.
thematicness is spooky. I can't talk.
Again,
Something rather.
this was a lot better than going up against 2 Weeping Angels. Also, Sweeto discovered skanking, and that one,
That did happen. That did happen.
like the dance.
Sweeto,
Got it.
Yeah, no, I
Sweeto
got you, I got
invented
you.
skanking.
He invented it. Oh, okay.
But at the same time, he didn't.
Any XP?
but it's only because Bardor saw
Yes, you all get 400
him
experience.
doing it, and then Bardor went into the past to help set up all of these traps and stuff.
Jesus. Okay, 400 to say.
Time travel.
Time travel.
It's all wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
It was all wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Bard had to go back into the past and
Bye,
he had
guys.
to
D&D notes.
basically
And then Back to the Future?
he had to set up all of the events to make sure